And hello, everybody. I'm glad you all came here for the inaugural episode of Shooting the Ship. And I have my first guest here with me. Let me zoom in over on her. This is Delilah. Delilah, please say hello.
Critics Crow, kids. I'm here to tell you all about some dumb shit.
Oh,
Oh boy.
oh yeah, it's dumb shit. Don't worry. We're here for it. Glad you're here. So, Lila, or like,
Yeah.
how professional should I get? Should I stick with Delilah? Can I use the Lila? What do you? I probably should have asked you beforehand.
You should have asked me before you did this, idiot.
I should have. Whoops.
Boned by the master.
I hit a bone by the master for that one.
It's okay. I should be fine with either or.
Okay.
Hello, kids. I'm Delilah. I'm a game designer.
Yes, you are.
I write games. And I love. Oh, Warhammer's so fun. It's so stupid. It shouldn't work, and it does. And you're all going to learn the poison inside my head.
I've put your itch up on screen. Nightmareworks.itch.io.
Yes, there you can go give me $6.66 for a game about drunk witches talking about their crush through poker.
It's really good. That game is really good.
Or you could go ahead and pay me $20 and I'll give you my best work so far, the game about being Neolithic cavemen in the super hyper future apocalypse.
Also extremely good. I cannot like listen. Lila is very qualified to talk about this. I've gotten a diet version of this presentation in the past. I'm in fact referring to that time that like you and like 4 other people spent an hour just sending me pictures of Warhammer figurines, and I'm like, what the hell is that?
Yeah, that ruled. We are gonna see some models in this. There's gonna be some models in this presentation because the models are sometimes the best way to get the feel of the story across, I find.
Yeah.
But
Hold on, we have a Hammy Bone has asked, will there be a PowerPoint? Oh, buddy, is there a PowerPoint?
oh, the PowerPoint. Yeah, so I wrote a big PowerPoint over the course of like a week for this. It's part of that is that I only used official artwork.
Wait, it's all official. You didn't mention this part.
Yeah, no, I only used official artwork.
So is that what you meant by you said everything that you present in this is true?
Not only do I mean every piece of artwork is like a real piece that Games Workshop commissioned for their game, every fact I will tell you about their dogshit lore is also true and canon to the best of my knowledge.
Oh my god. I love this. Okay. Real quick, before we get to that though, I have to plug the new URL here.
Oh yes.
Yeah, so I'm gonna put it up on screen here. Boop. You can now get to the stream from the URL ashley.miami.
You absolutely should.
And make sure you spell it right, because otherwise it doesn't work.
You absolutely should.
If you spell Ashley the wrong way, you will not get anything, because that URL is parked and it costs literally $500 to buy it.
So spell it correctly, because it only costs like $3.
Mm-hmm. I see a lot of people with a lot of questions in the chat, and so we're handling questions a different way tonight. When we get to the PowerPoint, there actually will be I will be collecting questions from RetroSpring actually. So if you go to retrospring.net/AshleyMiami, which I am going to paste into the chat right now, please like submit your questions in there as we go through. And there will be a Q&A session later.
There is a question slide at the end of the presentation in which we will take all audience questions.
Yes.
Ashley gets to ask questions because it's her stream.
Yes, absolutely. Hold on, wait, I need to know this. I'm special. It's my stream. All right. So let's go over. I think that covers like all the housekeeping and everything. You did the plug.
Yeah.
I plugged the URL. Let's go over to the PowerPoint.
Oh, this will be fun, kids.
All right. So we are here on the PowerPoint. We have this first with this Warhammer 40K logo. So I'm going to start the timer now. Here. And I'm not going to tell you with it. You're just going to go with this.
Hey, so this is Warhammer 40,000, a primer for nerds who somehow avoided this particular brain poison.
Oh, boy.
Next slide.
Yeah, everyone, I am controlling the slides here. All right. Go ahead, Lila.
It is the 41st millennium. For more than 100 centuries, the Emperor has sat immobile on the golden throne of Earth. He is master of mankind by the will of the gods, and master of 1,000,000 worlds by the might of his inexhaustible armies. He is a rotting carcass, writhing invisibly with power from the dark age of technology. He is the carrion lord of the Imperium, for whom 1,000 souls a day are sacrificed, so that he may never truly die.
Wait. Am I allowed to interrupt here?
No.
Oh,
Silence!
sorry. Go ahead.
Yet even in his deathless state, the Emperor continues his eternal vigilance. Mighty battle fleets cross the demon-infused miasma of the warp, the only route between distant stars, their way lit by the Astronomicon, the psychic manifestation of the Emperor's will. Vast armies give battle in his name on uncounted worlds. Greatest among his soldiers are the Adeptus Astartes, the Space Marines, bioengineered super warriors. Their comrades in arms are Legion, the Imperial Guard and countless planetary defense forces, the ever-vigilant Inquisition, and the tech priests of the Adeptus Mechanicus, to name only a few. But for all their multitudes, they are barely enough to hold off the ever-present threat of the alien, the heretic, and the mutant. To be a man in such a time is to be one amongst untold billions. It is to live in the cruelest and most bloody regime imaginable. These are the tales of those times. Forget the power of technology and science, for so much has been forgotten, never to be relearned. Forget the promise of progress and understanding, for in the grim, dark future there is only war. There is no peace amongst the stars, only an eternity of carnage and slaughter, and the laughter of thirsting gods. Next slide.
Can I ask a question before the next slide?
The next slide starts with a question, and it's the question you're going to ask.
Okay. Next slide. Wait, what the fuck was all of that? Please explain.
Okay.
Good luck.
So that was the classic intro text to basically every Warhammer 40k every Warhammer 40k property starts with a variation on that intro crawl.
So wait, did you copy paste that or write something in
Copy pasted and very slightly edited.
Oh my god.
It rules. It sets the tone really well, and that's why I did it in a dramatic voice.
It was extremely dramatic voice. I think one Hammybo in the chat said big Warcraft 2 campaign intro energy.
Yes. Warhammer started when a bunch of D&D nerds who liked 2000 AD and hated Margaret Thatcher in ways only the Irish can suppress decided that their German history fantasy D&D ripoff, Warhammer Fantasy, really needed power armor and lasers and space magic, and they were right.
Okay. So I still have a question, but like I'll wait. I'll let you finish talking.
Actual facts for your edumacation. Warhammer 40,000 is a tabletop wargame that has spiraled out of control into a massive media empire, all founded on tiny little soldier men you get emotionally invested in because you painted them and they're your dudes, and you gotta rep your dudes, okay? You gotta pick some dudes, and those are your dudes, and that's just how this works. I hope by the end of this you will have your dudes and be prepared to have a Kumite death matches to prove them the mightiest and bestest of dudes.
All right. So, like, what's that bit about, like, the Emperor needs, like, 1,000, like, people a day?
Okay, so the Emperor is enshrined on the Golden Throne of Earth, which is this giant, massive life support system that runs on souls.
Oh.
1,000 people a day are fed into a furnace so that he doesn't die.
Oh, so it's literally souls, not like, well, it feeds bodies, but it's souls.
No, the Astronomicon is powered by a choir of psychic humans singing their souls out of their body to feed the throne.
Wait. Singing their souls.
Because they're psychic, so they are projecting their souls out of their body, and the throne gathers that energy and strips them of their life force. And they sing to do it.
I feel like if I keep answering these questions, we will be sidetracked forever.
Yeah.
Okay. Next slide.
Anything else?
No,
Slide.
not now. Yeah, next slide.
This also starts with a question.
Where are we gonna start here, Lila?
Great question. Never question me.
Shit.
I promise you this. I will only tell you the absolute truth about Warhammer 40,000 to the best of my spotty memory. I will be focusing on the lore and the wicked awesome shit that makes for good content. If you want a deep dive after this, I have some novels I can throw at your head. I read a bunch of them. Please enjoy this art of the Crimson Fists, who are the best sons of Dorne. This is the original cover art to Warhammer 1st Edition, a book I have right here next to me.
The actual physical book.
Yes.
The actual first edition.
The actual 1st Edition Warhammer 40,000 Rogue Trader.
No way.
I will send you a DM if you want me to. I will take a picture of this book. It's falling apart in my hands, but I own it.
No, I do believe you. I also was trying to set up for the last line on this slide.
Well, yes, but also, how dare you fucking doubt me? Silence!
All right. Also, some people are saying that they could beat up the Emperor. I think I could.
Well, we'll see some art of him later, and I agree. Next slide.
All right. Okay, and now a bunch of important lore we can probably safely zone out to.
So, at the dawn of time, like at the dawn of the universe, there were the Slan, who were giant psychic frogs that decided to seed the universe with life because it was something to do. I wrote here, mysterious frog reasons.
Okay.
And yes, reasons are mysterious and frog.
Wait, hold on. It's really dawning on me. It's just like we're starting with psychic frogs.
We are starting with giant psychic space frogs that seeded the galaxy with life.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna go with it.
The Slan were generally okay. They didn't, hate anything. They just kind of hey, let's make some elves. Let's make some more elves. They made a bunch of elves, and those are the Eldar. They're space elves. Then they run into a species called the Necrontyr, and the Necrontyr are a species of humanoids who are all dying of turbo cancer because the sun in their solar system is the favorite home of the star gods who devour life force and energy.
Excuse me?
Yeah. The Catan.
Oh my god.
So they all have turbo cancer.
Yeah, I noticed that.
So the Silent King, Sazerac, I think that's how his name is said. I don't know. It's stupid names. The Silent King of the Necrontyr, he begged the Slan for help. Please help me save my species. We're going extinct. And the Slan were like, that's not really our job. Peace.
Can I read you a few comments from the chat so far?
Please.
Tolkien spinning in his grave from the Doom Merchant.
Yep.
Also, Soda Kick Party saying this is like Discworld except cool.
Discworld is cool. Ban that person.
No. No,
Okay.
actually, if you want to take a break real quick, you can pick a popular streamer to ban, and I'll have Hammybone do it.
Ban Pat. Ban Pat.
Nope. From Two Best Friends?
Yes.
All right, ban angriest Pat, if you could. Hammybone. Pat Gill. No, we're not going to ban Pat Gill. Not yet.
No. He can live for now.
Yeah. No, Angriest Pat, like, he's been playing Elden Ring for, like, 12 months or whatever. We can ban him.
Nothing of value will be lost.
Yeah.
Of his streams. I'm doing a bit.
Yeah. Okay, so of course, so did you say, like, this bit about, I lost the place here. Are we at the last paragraph here?
Not yet, because after the Salon were like, no, we're piecing out, the Necrontyr went, okay, and invented techno-necromancy and uploaded their entire species into bodies of living metal.
What?
And then proceeded to use their super science to whip ass up and down the galaxy.
Okay.
This was called the War in Heaven.
Oh my gosh.
Also, they took the Catan, their evil star gods who gave them turbo cancer in the first point. They were shattered, like physically they shattered their gods and bound them into these great black pyramids.
No, they didn't.
Yes, they did.
Okay. Some other comments from Dynavolta. Did I write this in 1991?
You may have. A bunch of British dudes sure did.
Also, from the Doom Merchant, me booting up my laptop, which is from like 2003. I'm inventing techno-necromancy.
Yeah. So, the War in Heaven starts and the Slans start losing, so their response is to desperately bootstrap the Eldar into a functional star state, and then invent these things called the Krorks, who were the perfect warriors.
The perfect by what standards?
By the fact that they loved war and were designed to do nothing but win it.
Okay. Jesus. Oh my gosh. Okay, continue with this slide.
All this is happening, a bunch of shamans on Earth went, this seems bad, and fused their souls together into a psychic superhuman on the sun-blasted plains of Anatolia, so that humanity would have a guide in the dangerous galaxy. This psychic weirdo was the Emperor, or he will be much, much later.
That seems like a very extreme thing to do in this situation.
See, that's why Earth didn't have magic.
Because they created a god emperor by like just becoming an amalgamation.
All of the magic users on Earth fused their souls into making the Emperor.
Seems like a bad move.
It didn't go great for anyone involved. No.
Jeez. All right.
Next slide.
Next slide. Here we go. The War in Heaven. To the chat, you can still zone out. It's fine.
War in Heaven did a lot of things that nobody liked. First of all, it ended with the Necrons overextending their empire of robot corpses and declaring effective victory, and then they decided to go to sleep for a few million years.
Oh, just a few?
Yeah, they'll be back.
Okay, cool.
It boosted the Eldar from being cave elves to being space elves, but at the same time, their god of war was real, and also his name is Kayla Menshak, the bloody-handed god of murder. So they weren't exactly set up for a rousing success by their now extinct precursors, frogs.
Wait, say that name again? Kayla
Menshak, the bloody-handed god of murder.
I mean, that's really cool. Like,
yeah,
I could listen to you say that like 5 or 6 times in a row, and I wouldn't get tired of it.
He has a slide later.
Oh, good. All right, looking forward to that.
Also, the War in Heaven. Oh, go ahead.
A comparison of is saying Dynavolt is saying the Emperor is Orochi, which is from King of Fighters, and that seems right. But
seems correct.
Yeah.
I do have a hint for you. In older lore, they implied that the Emperor was both Jesus and Hitler.
At once?
Like, not at the same time, but because he's immortal and he's been with humans since the beginning of their history.
Oh, what?
Yeah, that was some old lore they used to have.
Wow. Okay. Also, the Doomers are saying can't get over how they just stole the Eldar from Tolkien. Support it, Obvi.
Support for Games Workshop.
Nan. Okay.
Okay, so
next.
the next bit of this is, also the War in Heaven created the Krorks. The Krorks are the precursor species to the Orcs.
What? Wait.
Yes.
That's where they came from?
Yeah, the Krorks devolved without the Brain Boys around to keep tinkering with their genetics. They devolved into the Orcs.
I didn't know this.
Yeah.
A lot of orc support in the chat here.
This is correct.
God. Also from Geek in the Shell, can't believe Warhammer stole from KOF the Orochi saga, and I'm okay with that. I believe that.
So next slide.
Oh sure, yes. This is gonna be a lot more lore. I'm sorry. That's. I'm sorry. I'm reading your titles. I shouldn't be.
Please, no, I want you to. They're written so you can read them.
All right, this is gonna be a lot more lore. I'm sorry. There's so much.
So before the Imperium, a bunch of stuff happens. I'm just gonna go through that. Old Mankind creates the Men of Stone, who are biologically adapted to space travel without FTL, to aid them in their spread from Terra. You know, Earth.
Uh-huh.
Old Mankind then creates the Men of Gold, transhuman super psychics, who become the de facto leaders of Old Mankind.
Okay.
The Men of Stone and Men of Gold create the Men of Iron, sapient robots who are used to free Old Mankind from drudgery and allow their already bullshit super science to get even more bullshit because now they just have robots do all the work.
Okay. Also, people are saying now it's JoJo.
All right. Maybe. I don't know. Anyway, actually important, while the Eldar Empire and Old Mankind are getting their shit together, some stuff starts happening in the Immaterium, a realm of psychic power and emotional resonance. The War in Heaven did a number on the old collective and unconscious and gave birth to the first 3 Chaos Gods.
Okay.
And because time isn't real in the Immaterium, they were born, and then they had always existed.
I guess?
Right, because time isn't a thing in the realm of spirits.
I believe you? Yeah.
I'm gonna keep saying things like that, and you just need to adapt, Ashley. You need to adapt.
Okay, I'm sorry.
So, the 3 Chaos Gods are Khorne, the Lord of Slaughter, Ner'gul, the Master of Decay, and Tzeentch, the Changer of Ways.
So wait, his name is Korn?
His name is Khorne.
Like the guy from Iron Chef?
Probably.
That is a joke for one person in chat. God.
Next slide.
Yes. This is the last big lore dump before I get to factions, I promise. That is short for promise.
The Eldar Empire is doing a bit of the old hyper-decadence.
Hyper-decadence?
Hyper-decadence.
What is hyper-decadence?
They do so much hyper-decadence that they end up murder-fucking a god into existence and punching a hole between our reality and the warp slash immaterium. They murder-fucked a hole in space that leads to hell, and it gave birth to a new chaos god, Slaanesh, the god of excess.
Okay.
I'm
going along with it. I'm going along.
Slaanesh proceeds to murderfuck through the entire Eldar Empire until it gets bored and runs out of toys. And by runs out of toys, I mean it ran out of gods to murder.
Uh-oh. Okay.
And the fans of murderfucking escaped into the space between realities, and the normal people all became either weirdo aesthetics to escape their having their souls devoured by Slaanesh or became space pirates.
Let me throw you a softball here. Hey, how are the orcs doing?
She's doing great. I don't remember how to build war moons yet, though. He's just having a laugh at the pansies.
Oh man. Getting a lot of
So
orcs
really,
in chat.
really important here right now. Humanity's robot slaves just rebelled against being robot slaves, and then the murder fuckhole, the Eye of Terror, exploded into being real and a problem, and a bunch of robots got possessed by demons.
What? No, demons can't possess robots, can they?
The demons can possess the robots because the robots are sapient enough to have souls.
That feels like something they should have thought ahead about.
They didn't. So that leads to the war against the abominable intelligences.
Oh. What?
Yeah, the war against the abominable intelligences. The desire of mankind to destroy the silica animus and thus beginning the dark age of technology, where humanity starts to forget their super science because they no longer have the infrastructure to keep it all going, because every robot just decided to do a Terminator.
So, first of all, I just want to say, Spiky Foos in chat is pointing out that your orc voice is the most canon orc voice ever.
It is. I worked really hard at it.
It is saying you sound exactly like they do in canon. So,
again, I practiced.
Yeah.
So Terra itself is cut off from its colonies and begins to fall into techno-barbarism before the Emperor just gets his shit together and begins his unification wars, followed by the Great Crusade to found the Imperium.
Okay.
Next slide.
All right. Faction focus. The Imperium of Man.
The Imperium of Man is one of the big super factions of the game. It's a bunch of little regular-sized factions that mostly team up, but also definitely murder each other over paperwork failures on the reg.
Wait, what? What do you mean by paperwork failures?
I mean that the bureaucracy of the Imperium is so large and corrupt and decaying that sometimes planets get forgotten and starve to death because no one ships them any more food.
What?
And that, quite reasonably, leads to war.
What?
I don't know how to explain to you that the Imperium of Man effectively controls the entire Milky Way galaxy.
They shouldn't.
They shouldn't, but they do.
So there's a bunch of rock. I'm sorry.
Okay.
The Doom Merchant has posted a bunch of rock emotes.
Okay, well, I have that written down that I will recite the Rocks Are Not Free Citizen rant about how expensive it is to completely annihilate a planetary population if someone puts rocks in chat. So now I'm gonna go read that.
All right, please do.
Rocks are not free, citizen. Firstly, you must maneuver the Emperor's naval vessel within the asteroid belt, almost assuredly sustaining damage to the Emperor's ship's paint in form of micrometeoroids while expending the Emperor's fuel. Then the tech priests must inspect the rock in question to ascertain its worthiness to do the Emperor's bidding. Should it pass muster, the Emperor's servitors must use the Emperor's auto-scrapers and melter cutters to prepare the potential ordnance for movement. Finally, the tech priests finish, the Emperor's officers may begin maneuvering the Emperor's warship to abduct the asteroid at the prepared face, expending yet more of the Emperor's fuel, and then beginning boosting the stone towards the offensive planet. After a few days of expending a prodigious amount of the Emperor's fuel to accelerate the asteroid to an orbit more fitting the Emperor's desires, the Emperor's ship may then return to the planet via superluminous warp travel and await arrival of the stone, still many weeks or months away. After twirling away the Emperor's time and eating the Emperor's food in the wasteful pursuit of making sure the Emperor's enemies do not launch a deflection missile, They may finally watch the ordnance impact the planet, assuming the Emperor's ship does not need to attempt any last-minute course corrections upon the rock, using yet more of the Emperor's fuel. Given typical Class Bravo CVII system, we have the following: 2 months operation and maintenance Titan-class warship, 4.2 million Imperials, 2 months rations crew of same, 0.2 million Imperials, 2 months Tech Priest Pasta, 1.7 million Imperials, 2 months Servitor Parish, 0.3 million Imperials, Paint Titan-class warship, 2.5 million Imperials, dihydrogen peroxide fuel, 0.9 million Imperials, total 9.8 million Imperials. Contrasted with the following 5 warheads: Magna Melta 2.5 million, 1 day operation maintenance Titan class warship, 0.3 million, 1 day rations crew of same, 0 Imperial millions, just nothing. Just nothing. It doesn't cost anything to feed them for a day. That's me commentating. I had to break.
Yeah. I did not realize this was so long. I have posted what you're reading in the chat. If that's okay.
It's super long, but it's really fun.
I am upset hearing it, but go ahead. Continue. Finish it up.
Hydrogen peroxide fuel, 0.1 million Imperials, total 2.9 million Imperials. Given the same results in under 1/3 of the cost, the Emperor will have saved massive amounts of his most sacred money and almost a full month of time, during which his warship may be bombarding an entirely different planet. The Emperor, through this, his Office of Imperial Outlays, hereby orders you to attend 1 week therapeutic accountancy training / penance. Please report to Ericon 4, Imperial City, Administratum Building CXXI, room 1456, where you are to sit in the blue chair. For the Emperor, Rosarius Tenathius, Purser Level 9, Imperial Office of Outlays.
Okay. It's specifically saying you need to sit in the blue chair gave me flashbacks to the game Paranoia, actually. So
yeah, it's great. Warhammer's stupid.
Yeah.
So
just really quick. Also, just a couple of things. Hammy Bone said the Emperor sounds like a little bitch. And Spiky Foo says he is not. He is in fact a huge bitch.
We're about to get to his picture.
Oh no.
So who runs the Imperium if the Emperor is a corpse strapped to a magic chair?
Who indeed?
Like a dozen competing guys with exceedingly fancy hats.
Oh, good. So it's TF2.
Yeah, there's the High Lords of Terra.
Mm-hmm.
The Adeptus Administratum. The Imperial Assassins Guild, their associated death cults. The Adeptus Mechanicus, who are the machine priests of Mars, who know how all the technology works, and therefore are so important because no one else knows how it works.
Wait, what? That feels like it shouldn't be that way.
Technology is a kind of magic, and only the tech priests know how to safely work the magic.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Because
is that true, or is that what they tell people?
It is partially true because of how pre-fall humanity's technology worked. If you use it wrong, it might just explode into dark matter.
Oh, good.
Or try it, or if you turn it on wrong, you'll reactivate the AI that's inside it, and the AI will try and kill you.
Oh, all right.
Or you'll activate a robot because you're like, oh, it's a robot. It'll help me. And then no, the robot has a demon inside it and is a chaos android.
Oh, right. Yes. The possession thing that we said before, because robots have gained enough sentience that now they can be possessed by demons.
Yes.
It still feels like a major oversight on that part, but
We didn't know demons were real yet.
Oh, okay. Well, that explains it.
The Temple of the Savior Emperor, which is the largest of the imperial cults, which defines imperial dogma.
Uh-huh.
The Most Holy Inquisition. Secret police on steroids.
Oh, good, because we needed that.
And then any of the Primarchs if they bothered to show up properly.
Why would they not show up?
Some bad stuff happened to them.
Are we gonna get to that?
We'll probably get to that.
Okay. But Lila, this has been a lot of text so far. Do you have any pictures to show?
Have a picture. Next slide.
Oh no.
Yeah, so this is the first edition art of yeah, here we are. The first edition art of the Emperor and the Golden Throne.
This is what you get for 1,000 souls a day?
Yep.
What?
That's the Emperor.
This sucks.
Yeah.
This guy sucks.
Yeah.
Wait, why are people like fighting for this schmuck?
Because he used to be a literal 12-foot tall demigod clad in golden armor.
I'm seeing it's John Warhammer, the shittiest mummy ever. This is what you get for exactly 1,000 souls a day. I don't like this guy. I think he's bad news.
Sucks.
I think he's bad news.
Yeah, no, if you could actually get to him if he wasn't, like, guarded by the Adeptus Custodes, the household guard of the Emperor, who are basically mini-hims, you
great.
could fold him like an IHOP menu, but those guys exist.
Oh, man. Ugh. I hate this man.
Yeah, you should. Anyway, next slide.
Next slide. Space Marines, the reason people buy this game.
Yeah, so the Space Marines.
Mm-hmm.
The Space Marines are the Angels of Death. Literally, they replace angels in religious art in the Imperium.
What?
Like, you go to church to praise the God Emperor, and instead of angels, there are fucking Space Marines in the art.
So, like, we're talking stained glass windows of Space Marines.
Yes.
That... I feel like that should be cool, but it doesn't feel like it.
Not, a post-human super soldier that knows nothing but war and how best to wage it. Each Space Marine is worth 100 normal soldiers, armed and armored with holy relics of lost technology, meant to destroy the enemies of the Emperor. Originally, they were founded in great legions, 10,000 strong, led by transhuman demigods known as a Primarch.
10,000?
It's poetic, asshole.
Oh, sorry. Continue.
You're the Horus oopsie doodle. The Space Marine legions were broken up into chapters of 1,000 Space Marines in an attempt to make sure none of them can sink the entire galaxy into the most bloody conflicts humans had ever witnessed and the Eldar were legitimately concerned about.
God. I'm looking at the right side of this slide, and it says a completely canonical list of organs they add to a normal human to make a Space Marine.
So Space Marines are created by taking a child and implanting them with organs to turn them over the process of years into a Space Marine.
Okay.
Part of this is what's called hypno-indoctrination.
No, you're making that up.
No, I'm not.
No, you said you weren't going to do that. So
yeah, they are hypno-indoctrinated so that a Space Marine could never disobey the orders of a superior officer.
Oh, that's grim.
Yeah.
But there are so many people in the chat. Every time I express disbelief, everyone's like, "No, it's canon."
Right. So, the complete. Shall we read? Would you like to read the completely canonical list of organs?
Oh, would I ever actually? Yeah. I think actually, like, I'm going to try and I'm going to zoom this in a little bit here.
Of course.
All right. So, secondary heart allows Space Marines to survive trauma and control blood flow. Well, I feel like, Leo, most people should have that. That'd be nice.
Yeah.
And osmodula, is that how it's pronounced? Yeah. Makes the Space Marine's bones grow to become hyperdense ceramic calcium mixture. Huh. Biscopia induces muscle growth. They just have steroids built into their body?
Have a steroid gland.
Okay. Let's see here. Hemistamen. Did you want me to read this because you know I would mess up these pronunciations?
I wanted to see what you would try.
God damn it. All right. Well, I'm in for this bit now. So, an implant that improves blood oxygen transfer efficiency.
Yep.
Laramin's organ creates specialized Laramin cells that allow for minor regeneration. Oh, good.
Yep.
What would be a minor regeneration versus like a major regeneration?
Like, if a Space Marine is cut, the cut will immediately start to clot.
Oh, good. Okay.
Like, it's really hard to, like, unless you get a really good hit in, Marines are hard to bring down.
And they make whole armies out of these guys? Jeez.
Every chapter of Space Marines is 1,000 of these dudes.
Oh, God. The catalespian node allows the Marine to shut off portions of the brain to allow them to rest, alleviating the need for sleep.
Yeah.
What? They don't sleep?
Dolphins, they can go up to like 2 weeks without sleeping by using the their catalepsian node.
Ugh. The preomnor, the pre-stomach that can decontaminate what the Marine eats. Oh, good. So they're just eating rotten food.
Well, actually, here's what they're eating. The next one.
Homophagia allows the Space Marine to consume the brains of the fallen to gain their memories.
Yes. That's real. That's a thing Space Marines could do.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, it's really fucked up.
Multi-lung, extra lung. All right, yeah, just what it says on the tin.
Yep.
The oculobe, super eyes for what seeing in the dark. All right. Lyman's ear, immunity to dizziness and motion sickness plus selective hearing. So what does selective hearing mean here? Does it mean like flashbangs don't work on them?
It means that a Marine can take a moment and filter sounds out of their hearing so that they can focus on specific sounds.
Okay. Suzanne membrane allows the Marine to enter suspended animation if need be. All right. That's helpful. Melanchromic organ makes the Marine's skin radiation resistant.
Yeah, Terra was a bad place after the Unification Wars.
Oh, boy. Oolithic kidney. The Marine can go unconscious to allow this organ full power, detoxifying almost any poisons in their system.
Yep.
Neuroglottis. Super taste buds. Oh, good. For the brains that they're eating.
Well, actually, part of it is that they can, like, do chemical analysis by eating things.
Oh, great. So we're one step away from the comic Chew, is what you're saying.
But
Let's see. Mucinroid, sweat that turns into a shield against heat and cold and can also handle light vacuum. Sweat?
yeah, so when Space Marine sweat is exposed to certain types of light, the mucinroid activates and their skin turns into the sweat turns into like a light second skin.
That's gross.
Oh, yeah, fucking gross as hell, but it's cool.
Betcher's gland. Marines can spit poison.
Yes.
I did know this one. You did tell me this one ahead of time.
Yeah, there's a couple of times in Space Marine novels where a Space Marine just spits poison into someone's eyes.
Oh, good. Progenoids. Special organs that contain stem cells and biological information that allow for the creation of new Marines. So,
So, the progenoid gland is the last one they implant into you before you get your black carapace. And the progenoid gland induces further mutations that are unique to each of the 20 Space Marine legions that originally existed.
Oh, speaking of black carapace, black plastic-like sheets installed under the Marine skin to allow them for better input control with their powered armor. Oh man. All right, let me put this back to the proper size. Jeez.
Yeah.
This is a lot. Next slide.
Slide.
This slide is dedicated to cool artist Space Marines. All right. What would you like to say about these Space Marines?
So, two of these dudes are in what's called tactical dreadnought Terminator armor.
Oh?
I would like you to guess which ones are in tactical dreadnought Terminator armor.
Is it the one with all the dead bodies around him on the left, and then the one in blue on the right?
No. You did get one. That guy's not surrounded by dead bodies. Those are chapter serfs armoring him.
It takes that many.
It takes that many to recite the incantations and go through the sacred rituals of equipping a Space Marine in his armor.
Hold on, someone is correcting you in chat. Spiky Foos is saying that's not a Space Marine on the bottom. That is a Thunder Warrior.
But I was going to get to him. Thunder Warriors were the precursors to Space Marines.
Okay. All right.
The Thunder Warriors were invented by the Emperor as, like, he just needed an army, so he just made the Thunder Warriors.
Okay.
And he gave them power armor and bolters, and that's how we get to Space Marines. The guy just above him is in full Terminator armor.
Oh, okay.
And the guy on the right is an Ultramarine who is wearing, I believe that's Mark...
The one
7?
The one on the right is like the Space Marine I am most familiar with.
Yeah, that is just a generic Space Marine.
Yeah. Also, Spiky Foos is saying, to be fair, Thunder Warriors are Space Marines is a technical and very correct take.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Mark 7. I knew it. I'm good at this. Next slide, I have something really cool to show off.
Okay. The ancient chapters.
The ancient chapters of the Space Marines. Pictured here, I'm going to go through this. And I know which one you're going to ask about, but we are gonna... I'm gonna make you wait.
Okay. All right.
So these are the Imperial Fists at the top left. Just under them are the Salamanders.
Uh-huh.
To the right of the Salamanders is an Ultramarine.
The one in green right here?
The blue one.
Oh, the blue one on the bottom. Sorry.
The blue one isn't... so it goes yellow, green, blue, green again.
Mm-hmm.
The guy in green here is a Dark Angel.
Okay.
The guys in red are Blood Angels, and the final ones are the Space Sharks.
Oh, in the upper right here?
Yes.
A lot of Space Sharks fans in the chat right now. Also Salamanders fans as well.
Yeah, so I'm gonna tell the basic gist of each of these chapters.
All right.
We'll mention to the White Scars, but I didn't remember they existed when I was making this, which is what happens to the White Scars.
Oh no. Something happens to them.
No one remembers they exist.
You did.
Only when someone in chat reminded me.
Oh no!
Boned by the master.
Okay, so the Imperial Fists are called the Wardens of Terra.
Oh my gosh.
They are the sons of Rogel Dorn, the man who designed the Primarch, a transhuman demigod who designed the Imperial Palace.
They have a palace?
The Emperor's Palace.
Oh right, where that old bitch lives.
Yeah. So the Imperial Fists are masters of defensive warfare.
Mm-hmm.
They are drilled. They know how to use their bolter guns better than anyone else, and they're a little boring in my book.
Ooh. I thought we were being objective here. I didn't realize we were editorializing during this presentation.
Absolutely, I am not being objective.
The Doomer just asked, do chicks get to be Space Marines, or is it a total sausage fest?
It's a total sausage fest in canon, but I ignore it all the time and make Lady Marines because it's fun.
All right. Very good.
The Imperial Fists, to be nice to them, their big thing is that they're masters on the defense, they know how to also breach and clear.
Breach and clear, how do you mean?
I mean that if you give them a building, they will look at it and know how to take it apart so they can take it over.
All right.
They are very good at close quarters combat with their bolt guns.
Oh, man.
And then the salamanders. The salamanders have a broken melachromonoid, which makes all of their skin jet black.
Ooh. Okay.
And then their other thing is that they were founded by Vulcan Hestan, who was a really cool guy who loved fire.
Oh, just loved it.
Well, he was a smith by trade, and so he had all these metaphors that he taught them about the inner flame and how you must nurture and grow it to become powerful enough to defend your homeland and family.
Oh, man.
Because he was like the only Primarch who like had okay, when the Emperor made the Primarchs and then the Chaos Gods scattered them to the four winds. So each Primarch was raised on a different planet and adopted the culture of that planet and then passed that culture onto their legion of Space Marines.
All right. Lyda, do you want to know the time we're at right now?
No, absolutely not.
All right. Let's keep going. As you were saying.
So, the Salamanders specialize in using flamers and meltas and volkite weaponry. Things that work with heat and also thunder hammers. They are master craftsmen, so each of their weapons is like special and personalized to them.
Okay. I like the names. I like how something is called a melta.
Yeah, we will get to weapons later in this presentation.
Oh, good. Glad to hear it.
So next is the Ultramarine. The Ultramarines are a Roman legion themed.
Mm-hmm.
They are master tacticians who always know the perfect way to unfold the battle, but are sometimes a little too hidebound by their traditions to not get surprised.
Mm-hmm.
In general, they're also the poster boys for 40K because Games Workshop likes them.
Oh, yeah, naturally.
So they're the ones who get everything. If you see a Space Marine model, it is painted blue and gold, and that's because it is a fucking Ultramarine.
Someone is saying, Ed13 is saying the Mary Sue Legion.
This is a writer's favorite.
That's not you disagreeing.
No.
I'm sorry. Continue.
So I'm gonna talk about the Blood Angels next because the Blood Angels let me say a really stupid sentence.
Oh, please! I wish you would.
So the Blood Angels are a legion of Space Marines who are all Bishonen vampire men.
Oh, good.
Because they do a special form of Okay, first of all, they were founded by Sanguinius, who was an angel.
Sanguinius, really?
Yes, and he was an angel.
Oh, well.
He had angel wings.
Someone's demanding talk about the rage.
I am getting there.
Okay.
Okay. Sanguinius, during the Siege of Terra, during the Horus Fucky Wucky,
right.
Sanguinius went to do battle with a demon named Kabatha and slew him. And then was in turn slain by his brother Horus.
Yeah, that would happen.
And this traumatized the entire Legion psychically forever.
Oh, forever. Like, no coming back from it.
They have genetic memories where they play back the death of their founder, and they think they're him. That's called the Black Rage, where they lose their mind and go, I am Sanguinius fighting the demons at the foot of the Imperial Palace. no one can get past me. Everything is an enemy.
I do not have an emo to express how flabbergasted I am by this.
They have psychic post-traumatic stress flashbacks to being their god, to being their divine founder. also, they only recruit from mutants.
Oh, naturally.
No, they live the homeworld of the Blood Angels is this shithole radioactive wasteland called Baal.
Is that like spelled Baal?
Yes.
Yeah, got it.
Baal is a radioactive shithole full of mutants, and the Blood Angels live atop the tallest mountain on Baal. And then if any mutant who climbs the mountain is welcomed into the chapter and placed in a coffin, because the Blood Angels are like, yeah, so implanting the organs one at a time takes too long and has a higher rejection chance, we're gonna do it all at once, and you're gonna melt a little bit.
Oh, just a little.
They basically turn into blood for a while.
Oh, what?
So it does they get sealed inside the coffin, and then like a caterpillar, they melt down out of their mutations and come out as a Bishonen. A Bishonen super soldier with all of those 21 organs you rattled out.
Are you telling me that these mutants go into a bimbofication coffin?
Come out vampires.
Come out vampires.
That is what I am telling you.
You can't say this. We can't peak this early.
No, it's so much stupider from here.
Oh my god.
Okay.
I mean, blood angels are pretty cool, honestly.
Yeah. Blood angels and salamanders also like care about civilian lives.
Also, people are saying himbo coffin. I am not going to correct myself on that. It is the bimbofication coffin. Thank you. Continue.
Okay, so the guy in green and the robes
Yes.
is a Dark Angel.
Right.
The Dark Angels were the first legion founded by the Emperor and invented what it means to be a space marine.
Okay.
So they're masters of none.
Oh, all right.
And part of their gimmick is that they have dark conspiracies that we don't talk about yet.
Are we going to get to that later?
We will get to that later.
All right.
And finally, I
space
included
sharks.
them because I thought it was funny to include them.
Mhm.
These are the space sharks. This isn't their original color scheme. They have a new one now that's a lot more serious. But they are, in fact, still called the space sharks. They're just called the Carcharodon Astra.
I feel like you prefer these old color schemes.
The old color schemes are so gross. I love them. Look at who wants to paint shark-shaped camo on yellow.
Yeah, honestly.
I need you to understand, yellow is the hardest color to work with outside of white on miniatures.
Why is that?
Because whatever you put under it, it shines through.
Oh no. Oh god.
Yellow is really thin, and it's hard to work with. There are some new paints that came out recently that really help. Or you can airbrush, which is what my roommate who plays Imperial Fists does.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. Next slide.
Next slide. This one's just more art of Space Marine units. I didn't have time to explain in detail. Please ask me questions. Good a time as ever to remind people that we have please ask questions in the Retro Spring, which I am reposting in the chat now.
Yeah.
Please, I have already checked. We have a few questions in, so we will have some questions for the Q&A later.
So what we have here are relic pieces of Space Marine armor. These are the 8 patterns of Space Marine armor that existed before a bunch of stuff that I don't have time to explain, and you'll learn if you read the modern game. I don't have time to get into it.
Okay.
We are just sticking to classic Warhammer right now because it's too hard to explain the things that have happened in the meta plot.
All right. I do like this red mech here.
That is a dreadnought.
Oh.
Inside,
Good name.
You see how the center of the dreadnought has that boxy coffin shape?
Yes.
Inside of that is a half-dead space marine who is wired into the mech.
Oh, good. Hey, half dead. Couldn't actually be dead.
Well, no, it's because he was wounded in battle and could not survive outside of a life support system, so they wired his life support system into a robot so he could keep killing.
Because, you know, when you have, like, a space marine, like, from a child, it's like, a lot of time and resources go into these space marines, so you want to make sure you get the most out of them.
Oh, absolutely.
Which includes, like, taking their half-dead body and putting them into this. Which Geek in the Shell in the chat says, looks like a Mega Man X enemy.
Yeah, dreadnoughts rule.
Yeah, someone else did say that, actually.
That is a Blood Angels dreadnought, by the way.
I think someone pointed out. Yeah, like Seth Lavox did point out the Blood Angels, the ones that still drink blood through their grabby hands.
Yeah, Blood Angels do actually drink blood, and that's because their omophagia is broken.
Their what?
Their omophagia, the brain-eating organ, is broken in Blood Angels and makes them crave blood and flesh.
Oh, right, yeah, the organ, the brain-eating organ. That's right. How could I forget? I literally read that section.
How could you forget?
I'm sorry. There's a lot of information to take in.
There is. Next slide, I'm going to do something really metal now.
All right. Oh, God.
The Astra Militarum. Poor bloody infantry. Every day, 10 million men march to their deaths. This is the fate of the Astra Militarum, the Imperial Guard, whose blood buys the Imperium another inch of ground in a deadly galaxy. Raised from the incountable worlds of the Imperium, each regiment is dressed and trained in the soldiering arts of their homeworld, then shipped off to some fucking nightmare shithole to die, so that the crusades never stop, the weapon foundries never fall silent, and the Imperium never ends.
So these are just these are soldier mills, is what you're saying.
Yeah, basically every planet that isn't a factory nightmare or a planet where they grow grain under feudal Russian law is a planet where they produce soldiers.
Oh, good. Sounds miserable.
Yeah, if you want to zoom in on this image, these are a bunch of classic old regiments of the Imperial Guard.
Give me a second to grab it. Here we go.
I hope this scales correctly.
It may not. It's a little blurry.
Well, you could still kind of see what they look like, and there's the Ogrin and their little outfits.
I'm gonna scroll it up a little bit. There's one here that appears to be classified.
Yep.
Okay. Oh, it classified. Access denied. It says. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Yeah. Some of these are just straight up soldiers.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Up top was a Birdman. Hold on. Let's see here. Oh, looks like it was like over here. The first one in the first row.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Planet of origin, Putria?
I don't know.
I have no idea.
It's a little hard to read. Yeah.
I'm sorry. Well, next slide, and I'll show off some better art.
Okay. Well, I have to resize before we get to the next slide.
Right.
Yeah. Let me give it here. And there we go. Let me zoom it back out. There we go. Next slide. Some funny little guys.
Some funny little guys.
This middle one is just Contra.
Well, okay, so I'm going to explain these in order. The first one is a lieutenant of the Cadian warriors. Cadia is a planet that exists on the edge of the Eye of Terror. The hole to hell.
They just call it that.
Yeah, the Eye of Terror.
No, I mean the hole to hell.
I call it the hole to hell.
Oh, okay. All right.
Descriptive enough to get across what this is to you. Cadia, the Cadian shock troopers are some of the finest drilled infantry in the game, and they are experts at fighting in sieges. Because they live on the fortress world of Cadia that every day has to deal with demons.
Oh, okay. It's just like and just an occurrence like the weather.
Every day is World War I trench warfare against the forces of hell.
Every single one.
Every day.
There's no like some light demons today.
No. It's always demons. The next guys are the Katakan jungle fighters.
Okay.
They come from the death world of Katakan.
Death World.
Yeah, it's a jungle hellhole where you have to every 24 hours burn the jungle a mile back from your town.
Why?
Because the jungle grows so fast, if you don't do that, your town will no longer exist.
Like the jungle grows so fast that it will just overrun a town.
Yes.
But so every day you have to burn it down.
Every day you have to burn a mile-wide circle in the jungle just to be able to have a house.
That's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work. And also, there are things like the Katakan Devils, which are mile-long centipedes the size of trains that are carnivorous.
What?
And also the Katakan Barking Toad, which is a toad that when frightened undergoes nuclear fission and deletes a 5-mile radius.
These are all terrible places.
Yeah.
Why are like the people who made Warhammer coming up with the most like hellish worlds like ever invented?
Because it's funny.
Yeah, I guess.
The last photo
yes
is the I have to do this correctly.
all right.
The Armageddon Steel Legion.
Okay.
The Armageddon is a world that is a hive world. That means it has literally trillions of people living on it inside these giant megastructures called the hives.
Uh-oh.
Outside of the hives is an irradiated desert wasteland created by the greenhouse gas outputs of the hives.
So, which came first?
The hives.
Okay, so they literally made these hives to protect themselves from the greenhouse gases caused by the hives.
No. They built the hives because they needed enough people to work the factories inside them.
Oh, okay. And the factories okay, yeah. I think I'm following along now.
Yeah.
I'm it was pointed out earlier that like a lot of the theme through all of this is there wasn't a lot of planning ahead going on here for these societies.
They're absolutely it's a fascist nightmare hellhole. They're not good at planning.
You know, you said that to me several times, like just like that, like Warhammer is a fascist hellhole, and yo, it's a fascist hellhole.
You didn't think it would be this bad?
Like how could no, I didn't. I was a fool.
So the Armageddon Steel Legion, because their planet is toxic to human life.
Yeah.
They specialize in armored assaults and infantry fighting vehicles.
Okay, good.
And then they got invaded by orcs.
Oh, so like the planet was like hospitable to orcs, is what you're saying?
Yeah, because orcs are tougher than humans.
Okay, wow. All right. Humans are cowards. Got it.
I feel like I should mention all of these guys have either a bolt gun or a las gun.
What's a las gun?
A las gun is a laser gun, idiot.
Oh. Sorry.
It's okay.
I threw in a Crudux Kuro for that one.
We don't watch because you're smart. We watch because you're pretty.
Aww. Do I have an aw? No, I don't have an aw sound effect.
Next slide.
I just played the Trackmania horn instead. Next slide. Tanks. Tanks.
The thing about the Imperial Guard as an army list is they get more tanks than everyone else.
Oh, good.
So we have here a Lehman Russ main battle tank and an Imperial Guard Baneblade with cutaway.
Ooh, yeah, it is a cutaway. I didn't put that together at first. Man, there's a lot going on in that tank. Holy shit.
Yeah, the tanks are big, and it's big, dumb World War I tanks, and it's so fun.
Oh my gosh. Oh shit. I just saw. I'm sorry. I peeked ahead. I saw the next slide.
Yeah, next slide.
Please read this out loud.
Okay. Sisters of Battle. I believe in women's wrongs.
Yeah, that got Doom's attention.
So, back in the day, after the Horus Pissy tantrum, but before the current day, there was this dude named Gog Vandir, and he had a cult of warrior women as his personal bodyguards, the brides of the Emperor. Vandir, having the most obviously evil name outside of Ezekiel Abaddon, started running the Imperium.
I'm sorry.
We'll get to Ezekiel Abaddon.
I'm sure we will.
So Gog Vandir becomes the head of the Administratum and effectively takes over the Empire and basically runs it into a civil war.
Oh, okay.
And no one can get near him because the brides of the Emperor are such good bodyguards. And until one of the Adeptus Custodes brings the brides of the Emperor before the Golden Throne, there is no record of what happened there. Only that they came back, put a bullet in Gog Vandir's head, and swore allegiance to the Temple of the Savior Emperor.
Jesus.
As part of the way the deal shook out after the Civil War, the Imperial Papacy was not allowed to have men under arms, so they kept the brides of the Emperor as the Sisters of Battle.
Oh, okay.
Next slide.
Yes, next slide.
Gay rights. Sister Repentia, probably.
Who are all these? Holy shit.
So these are the official models of the Sisters of Battle. I used these because they got a model refresh very recently, and it really gets across who they are as a faction.
Oh my god.
So we have a Battle Sister, a Sisters Repentia squad, and an Exorcist artillery tank.
Jesus. Those are all chain swords, right?
Yeah, so Sisters Repentia are Sisters of Battle who have sinned and been stripped of their power armor.
What?
And are forced into battle using chain swords to repent for their sins by spilling the blood of the enemies of the Emperor.
Can they get their armor back?
Yes.
Okay, good.
But usually they die.
No, well.
Because they're running around a battlefield without any armor.
But there's got to be some that, like, get away with it and like, actually get it back. That's a no.
Also, as Doom points out for us, the Exorcist heavy artillery tank is an organ that shoots missiles as the person on top plays.
Oh my god. Also, Spiky Foo says, side note, no vow of chastity technically required.
That is true.
God. Oh my god.
Next slide.
Yes. Oh my god.
We are all going to appreciate this art of Catholic space warrior nuns versus evil BDSM space elves.
Yeah, I'm gonna zoom this one in. Holy shit. Let me take away that so we can get a good look at it. Yo. This is cool. Yo, that one up there is dual wielding too.
Yeah, that's a seraphim.
A what?
She's a seraphim sister.
That's
a unit they get. It's girls with jetpacks that look like angel wings and 2 pistols.
Excellent. Also, Doom is saying, I'm looking disrespectfully. I'm looking like a whore.
Don't worry, I will explain the other half of this image eventually.
Oh, good. Let me put this back here. Jeez.
Also in the back
What
there,
an
you could
image. Holy shit.
In the back there, you could see a living saint.
Oh, that the one white there?
Yeah.
That man, the saints are still living. How about that?
Yeah, the living saints are sisters of battle so consumed with zealotry that they turn into psychers and then turn into living demons.
Should I know? Have we gone over psychers? Should I know what a psycher is at this point?
Oh, a psyker is a space witch.
Oh, okay, cool. Glad we cleared that up.
They use psychic powers for magic.
I mean, who wouldn't?
And a sister of battle whose zealotry is enough can turn into a living saint, which means she is a fully awakened psyker who is so enraptured with her faith that demons can't possess her.
Oh, that's helpful. That's good.
Yeah, usually you have to go get branded on the skull by the agents of the Emperor if you want to not get eaten by demons.
You what now?
Oh, so these great black ships patrol the Imperium and take a tithe of psychically active children from every planet, the best and brightest of which go into the choir so they can sing themselves to death to feed the Emperor, and the rest of them undergo a harrowing so that they can be safe from demons when they activate their psychic powers.
Huh. That's I mean, I, at this point, I'm not surprised by anything that you throw at me with this.
Hey, next slide.
Oh no. The Adeptus Mechanicus praise the machine. This guy looks fucked up.
Long ago, mankind knew the secrets of the universe. Through science and reason, he crafted miracles only dreamt of. Then it all fell apart. Mankind forgot the holy power of the machine and entrusted his livelihood to the abominable intellects, the Silica Animus. This was mankind's fall from grace, from the grace of the machine god. On Mars would the faith be taken up again. From Mars did wisdom flow. From Mars came the red-robed priests of the machine, never again to fall to the hubris of their forefathers. For the machine priests of Mars know the ancient rites of technology, and know the flesh is weak.
The flesh is weak, I feel like, is a line that I've seen before.
There's a really cool tactics game starring the Adeptus Mechanicus versus the Necrons.
Oh, good.
It has a baller trailer that you should watch after this.
All right, I'll make a note.
Also, it has techno music where the drop is an organ.
Oh, that's fun. That's cool.
Yeah.
Next...
Any questions before we get to the next slide? Because the next slide is just baller art I'm going to make you stare at.
No, I would like to see the baller art, honestly.
Next slide.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. This is the work of an artist called John Blanche. And Blanche did a lot of the early artwork for Warhammer, and he really cemented the style through pieces like this.
Oh my gosh.
This is a painting, by the way.
Like an oil painting?
Yeah, you could get prints of this shit. We have prints in this house of some John Blanche art, I think.
I was gonna say, like, do you have a print of this?
I don't own a print, but my roommates who are hyper nerds and probably do.
I don't know how I feel about the implication that there are people who are in deeper than you are in this.
Yeah, isn't that kind of scary?
It's a little bit.
Next slide.
Next slide.
The Inquisition. One more time.
Oh
Inquisition.
Oh my god. Just plant the earworm in right there. God.
So the Emperor's best friend, Malcador, the Sigillite, made the Inquisition to help keep the Imperium from collapsing after his friend died.
Wait,
this is
friends with the Emperor?
He was the Emperor's right-hand man, and he died not long after the Emperor was interred on the Golden Throne, but he did have a hand in founding the Inquisition, who would go on to essentially be the federal secret police of the galaxy.
Oh yeah, we talked about them. The ones on steroids. Oh yeah, it says right there.
Yeah.
Secret police on steroids.
Witch hunters.
Oh, I don't like that part.
Yeah, they hunt the three enemies of mankind: the heretic, the mutant, and the alien.
I feel like just like having like heretics as one of like the big enemies, like that, completely unsurprising, honestly.
I also have shown you how to make the symbol of the Inquisition in text form
Oh, the equals and the brackets.
to make the inquisitorial eye.
Oh my god, it is.
That is a thing they do in the books.
Oh, really? Okay. That's good.
And I ended with words of the day. Blessed are those who damn their souls in service of the Golden Throne.
You know what? Yeah, amen. Do they say amen, or do they say something else?
Emperor Protect.
Emperor Protect. No, wait. Am I being tricked into something by saying that?
No.
Okay, cool.
Next slide.
Next slide, yes. Y'all see some of this shit? Oh, that's a cowboy.
That's no cowboy.
Oh, no?
That man is Inquisitor Obi-Wan Sherlock Clouseau.
What?
That is his name. That is a canonical character.
Say that again?
Inquisitor Obi-Wan Sherlock Clouseau.
Okay. Everyone is paying attention to the woman with the skull boobs. I am sure we will.
We will get to her. She is an Ordo Malleus Inquisitor, a demon hunter.
Oh, good. All right, but let's go back here to Obi-Wan. Say it one more time.
Obi-Wan Sherlock Clouseau.
Please explain that.
He is a character from first edition Warhammer that they made up as a joke and then never bothered to retcon.
So that's a canonical character.
It's a canonical character, baby.
As Doom says, Obi-Wan Sherlock Clouseau, original character. Do not steal. Jesus. Oh my god. Okay. I like the yin yang on the shirt too.
Yeah.
And like the checkerboard like trim on the jacket too.
He rules.
Oh my god.
And then in the center, we have the Marines of the Death Watch, who are the Ordo Militant of the Inquisition of the Xenos.
Mm-hmm.
So they are the guys who go hunt. They are the alien hunters.
Ah, okay, all right. Noticing a chainsword only on one side for that one.
Yeah, he's got a chainsword and a bolt pistol.
Oh, okay. I meant like I'm used to like chain swords having like the teeth go around like all the edges, and this is only on like the one side.
No. So in Warhammer, they have a paddle like that, and then only one side is chained.
Oh, okay. All right.
That's just what they look like in Warhammer.
Yeah. Also, I probably should have said something earlier, but I noticed that like bolters are a recurring theme in all the armies here in Warhammer.
Yeah, so bolters are like one of the basic weapons of the Imperium. We will talk about them later. I have a slide dedicated to weapons.
Oh, good. All right. Now the Demon Hunter babe.
Yeah, I don't know anything else about her. I just found her in a codex and went, yeah, I'm putting that in there.
Oh, okay. So it's just
art.
So just
art
like
from a codex.
So you're just woman hot brain took over.
Look at her.
Let me zoom her in. For this one's for everyone here. God damn.
Yeah, it rules.
And it with like the ribbons coming out of the mouths on the chest.
Those are prayer pieces. Those are purity seals.
Oh, good.
Those have prayers written on them to defend her from demons.
Which she should be defended from demons, honestly. Praise be.
Praise be.
Yeah. Wait, what's the full thing that you
The Emperor protects.
The Emperor
protects. Got to keep the nip nops pure. Exactly, Doom. Oh, God. All right. Next.
Next slide.
Faction focus. Xenos. Oh, wow.
Xenos.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Xenos is a super faction of all the alien species in Warhammer. It is a dog shit super faction because none of the Xenos even remotely like each other than the various Eldars.
Oh, okay.
So it's mostly a fucking grab bag of whatever that isn't Chaos or Imperium, and it's a mess and doesn't get enough love from the writers.
Oh, no. So...
None of the dudes in this picture in the wargame, I will not be explaining them.
all right, cool. All right. You just put them in there because of these just a bunch of weirdos.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Next slide.
Faction focus. Next slide.
The Aldari Eldar. I'll use Eldar until James Workshops comes to my house and breaks my hands.
He cannot make me go back to using Aldari. It's a stupid word they invented for copyright purposes. Okay, so after the fall of the Eldar Empire, a bunch of them got together into these giant world ships called the Craft Worlds.
Uh-huh.
And they started living as aesthetics inside tightly controlled paths that determined how they would live their lives. If you wanted to be a farmer, you were on the path of the farmer. If you wanted to be a craftsman, you were on the path of the craftsman.
Huh.
If you wanted to be a soldier, you were on the path of the soldier.
Okay. I'm following along.
The Craft Worlders consider themselves the last bastion of sanity in a galaxy gone mad. They are the true heirs of the Aldari Empire and of the great burden of being the oldest species in the galaxy. They must keep the young children from harming themselves, from causing problems. But god damn it, the fucking monkeys have somehow figured out how to give gorillas grenade launchers, and it's a fucking problem.
So is it basically just like these guys like have just like saw like everyone else doing stuff like implanting chips into like children and like 1,000 souls to keep an emperor alive, and just like seeing like orcs being devolved forms of their previous like form or whatever, and they were just like, hey, this is fucked up.
Yeah.
Okay.
This sucks. This sucks and I hate it. This sucks and I hate it. They are trying desperately to keep their species from going extinct long enough to write everything down, basically.
Okay. Also, Doom pointed out, so Tolkien noticed.
Tolkien kind of noticed.
Oops.
Broken, cast down from heaven, the Eldar will do anything to slay their ancient enemies of Chaos and the Necrons.
Oof. All right.
And then the art we have here shows off some of the aspect warriors of the Eldar. Each Eldar soldier either takes up the role of a citizen soldier or one of the aspects. The aspects are the shattered parts of Cain.
Wait, Cain, like Cain?
No, as in their god, Kelamen Shakain.
Oh, okay. All right. Sorry.
They take up the aspect of some ancient mythological warrior and the semi-divine power it gives them, because all Eldar are psychers.
Oh yeah, of course. Why wouldn't they be?
So they're doing magic to themselves to become better warriors, kind of. It's complicated and very obtuse because magic, but we have the fire dragons, the swooping hawks, and an autarch.
Okay. Next?
Yes.
All right. The Drukhari Dark Eldar believe...
I believe in women's wrongs.
Okay. Please.
A bunch of Eldar didn't want to stop murder fucking, so they went off into the outer dimensional space called the Webway, which exists outside of reality. It's a way to essentially do FTL without going to the warp, which is what everyone else does.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's this weird outer dimensional space that doesn't really exist, but does exist because they built a city there.
Oh, okay.
called
That's all it takes.
Komora. Komora, the dark city lit by the light of stolen suns.
Wait, you could steal suns.
The Eldar are Tolkien high elves in space, right?
Right.
The Dark Eldar are the Fey folk plus Melnibone from Elric.
Okay. I am trying to follow along. All right.
They are the Unseelie. They steal people, souls, suns, anything they want. They are space pirates who, with magic, they are space pirates with magic super technology from one of the greatest empires that ever existed in the galaxy.
This is a lot. Jesus.
Because Slaanesh was born from the Eldar, all Eldar are responsible for her in some way.
Mm.
And so their emotions, which are felt much more powerfully than humans, feed Slaanesh. The more emotions an elf feels, the more Slaanesh can take and eat at their soul.
So, does this mean that Eldar, they try to control their emotions to not get overtaken like this?
Yeah. And then the Dark Eldar, instead of controlling their emotions, torture other people to death to eat their soul to replace the soul energy they lose to Slaanesh.
This is a hellscape.
Yeah, it's a nightmare.
All right. I'm glad we
Next
agree.
slide.
Next slide. We're looking at
We're looking at this again. We're looking at this again.
I feel like this picture's a crowd pleaser, so we'll leave it up for a moment. This one is for all women likers in chat. Let's give it a moment.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, let's move on. Next slide.
Next slide.
Harlequins, elves in their Joker arc. Oh my god.
So after the Eldar murder-fucked Slaanesh into existence, the last living of the Eldar gods, Theogorach, set his children free upon the galaxy. The laughing god had many plans, and needed many hands, and his children supplied them. Where they go, they tell the story of the fall. They perform the epics of Eldar history. They live and breathe and dream of the endless dance.
Okay. These are probably the most colorful ones that we've seen so far. Like here.
Yeah. They're ninja murder elf clowns.
I don't know. Doom is saying typical theater kids.
A little bit.
Oh no. God.
Next slide.
Next slide. The various other kinds of space elves. Good lord, there's so many fucking elves.
Yeah, there's so many fucking elves, man.
I didn't know.
The Exodites are classic fantasy elven knights, except they ride dinosaurs.
Oh, okay. Just throw that in.
The Corsairs, who are elfish space pirates. Outsiders, elves who don't get along with all the other elves. They're outside. Fuck them.
Okay.
And finally, the Yanari, metal as fuck death elves who are trying to bring about apotheosis and or the apocalypse by creating the Eldar god of death.
Creating it? Not summoning,
Yeah.
creating.
Creating it with their own extinction.
It feels like there's a lot of factions in this game that are just here to just bring upon destruction with no sense of self-preservation whatsoever.
See, here's the thing. The Yanari recognize that the Eldar are a dying people and believe the only way to correct the sins of their former empire is by creating Yanari, the god of death. Yanari will then slay Slaanesh, and finally our great sin will be undone.
Okay. Ugh. Also, Ed13 pointing out, yeah, everyone is entirely self-destructive.
It's bad. Next slide.
Next slide. Kalamensha Kane, the bloody-handed god. Oh, you were talking about this before.
Yeah, Kalamensha Kane.
Okay.
Before the fall, the Eldar had many gods. Morag Heg, the Crone Queen, Liliath, the Lady of Prophecy, Cornoros the Hunter, Vol the Smith, Asurian, the Phoenix Lord of all creation. All but 3 are dead now.
Oh, no.
Ziagorach keeps the Black Library, weaving his plots. Isha, mother of the elves, is trapped in the Garden of Nergul, whispering cures to his many plagues into the minds of mortals. And last, there is Cain, whose divine and shattered form is kept by the Eldar, that they may unleash him when there is no other option.
The whispering cures of his plagues into the minds of mortals that's getting to me a little bit. It's like, what?
Okay, Isha, the healing mother goddess of the elven pantheon, when Slaanesh came to eat her, she was instead kidnapped by Nergul, the god of plagues, and he locked her in a cage that he keeps next to his cauldron,
Oh, he's got a cauldron.
where he brews his plagues.
Oh, okay. Naturally.
And so he tests them on her.
Oh, that's no good.
And so she whispers the cure into the minds of mortals so that they don't all die of super plague.
I see. All right. She's like, oh, this is a bad one. I better stooge this off to the mortals.
Yeah, basically.
Dude was saying Cain invented murder. Everyone else is just a poser.
So I'm going to now talk about how you summon an avatar of Cain.
Oh, please do.
The greatest warrior of an Eldar host is crowned the young king. He is feasted, celebrated, then sealed inside an iron statue with a shard of the bloody-handed god. Molten metal is then poured down the statue's mouth.
What?
And Cain lives again.
What?
Yeah.
That's miserable. What? Oh my god.
How else do you summon the god of murder?
I don't know how to answer that. So I guess that's just common knowledge I don't have.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And here's art of Cain melting a space marine because he's made of molten metal and hatred.
Oh man, they spent so much time on that. That's like melting down 1,000 soldiers.
Yeah.
Oops. Next slide.
Next slide.
Next slide. Oh my goodness. Orcs. Oh, where's Hammy Bone? Someone ping Hammy Bone to come here for the orcs.
Listen up, you lot. The orcs was made by Gork and Mork, the strongest gods there is. Gork is brutal, but cunning. And Mork, why, he's cunning, but brutal. Orcs is made for fighting and winning. If we kills them, we win. If we runs away, we can come back for another go.
Please keep going. I'm not gonna.
Orcs is the best there is. No one's better. Cause Orcs is bigger and stronger and meaner and greener than the pansies and the homies and the blue ones. The biggest orc is the war boss. And bigger than the war boss is him! The once and future Git! He's gonna come and make sure we has a war to end all war!
There is more. There is a lot of praise for your orc voice happening now.
Here we have an orc boy.
Yes, I see him.
Next slide.
Next slide. Yeah. I know you were going for a yell there. You blew out the microphone and it kind of didn't come through. But
No.
no, that's good because that just means that like the connection was too like the cry was too powerful for Discord.
Okay, well, here we have a bunch of orc art, including a model of the Red Gobbo.
Is that the one on the right? All the way.
That's that's the little goblin model. The Red Gobbo is a communist goblin.
Oh, good for him.
Yeah, he's the leader of the Gretchen Revolutionary Committee. Yeah, I knew I'd get you with that one.
Oh my god.
I do also want to point out on the right, we have a famous orc character.
Yes.
That is Gazkul Mag Urakraka.
The mech with the big claws.
Yeah. He's a cyborg.
Oh, god damn it.
And his name is a joke on Margaret Thatcher.
Oh, okay. All right.
Mag Urakthacha.
I just realized that now. Yeah.
Yeah, he's called the Iron Orc.
Jeez. And who's this little priest like in the bottom left here?
Oh, that's his best enemy, Commissar Yarrick.
Commissar Yarrick. Okay.
Yeah, Commissar Yarrick of the Armageddon Steel Legion.
Of course, yeah. Also, can I just say that, like, also, like, in this one that's in picture in the upper left, I like how there's, like, all these humans who are, like, very clearly outmatched in this fight.
Yeah, those are the Speed Freaks.
The orcs?
The orcs are part of the Speed Freaks clan.
Oh, good.
Yeah, they love to go fast.
Oh, is this where, like, are you gonna get into orcs going fast in a bit, or?
Okay, so there's this meme that goes around that orc science works because orcs think it does.
Right, I'm familiar with it.
That hasn't been canon since, like, 3rd edition.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Orcs-
wow. All right,
Orcs have genetic memory encoded in them by the Slann.
Of course. This is a recurring theme.
An orc that is a mech boy just knows how to build an engine.
Okay, so it's not... Oh, but you can see, though, that, like, why it works because they believe it does. Like, there's at least some, like, connective tissue there as to why people...
There is some connective tissue because orcs have a collective unconscious called Wa energy.
Oh.
And the more orcs there are, the more powerful the Wa energy becomes. And the weird boys, orc psychers, can harness Wa energy to do all kinds of things, including their favorite spell, the Stomp, where they summon a phantasmal version of their gods to stomp on armies.
Does it work?
Yes.
Okay, good.
They summon a giant phantasmal foot that just falls out of the sky and crushes a division.
Great. Love it. Next slide.
I do want to keep going. Orcs. Speed freaks are orcs that have this weird thing in their brain where they love going fast more than they love murder. They still love murder, mind you.
But they love going fast more.
It's just that going fast is number 1 and murder is 2.
So this reminds me of like the other orc related meme, which is they paint their machines red because red goes faster.
Part of it is that is a rule that they can get on their vehicles. You pay a couple of points, and if your vehicle is okay, it doesn't do it anymore. It used to be a restriction that you had to paint it red, and then you could pay the points for it.
Okay.
But with a move to making Warhammer easier to consume, it's just it's a special ability you activate.
Okay.
And the red ones go faster.
Right. It only makes sense.
So your orcs pour the nitro booster out of the red can into the engine.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah.
Makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, next slide.
Next slide. The Tau Empire. My GF plays these. I have to be nice.
My girlfriend does in fact play the Tau Empire. I do have to be nice.
I don't have to be.
Nice. The Tau are a species of blue humanoids who lack certain parts of the normal soul.
Oh, okay. Just
this makes them not very psychic at all, and generally means that demons and chaos have trouble manifesting through them or around them. Because there's not enough soul energy.
Right, and as we've established, like, soul energy is, like, pretty much a currency in this world.
Yes. And so the Tau, there's a mission in one of the RTS games where the Tau are invading the base of the Chaos faction, and they're going, these humans are really weird. We have to shoot all of them. And every time the Chaos guy tries to psychically intimidate your commander goes, I'm getting a lot of radio feedback. Can we fix that?
Oh my god.
He can't hear the telepathy. He's not psychic enough.
Nah, the dream, honestly.
They used to be a really warlike people until the ethereal caste of Tau mysteriously appeared and bound the 4 civilizations of the Tau, the earth, the water, the wind, and the fire tribes, into one culture, the greater good.
Okay.
Now they slowly spread. They don't have true faster-than-light technology. They can't dive into the warp the way human ships can. They have to skip across the surface.
Oh, okay.
And they adopt and absorb other alien species and humans and all kinds of people into their burgeoning collectivist empire.
Oh my gosh.
They're doing a little bit of red imperialism.
They are a little bit. I mean, they seem a little chill, like in other parts, like the whole just like, no, it's psychic stuff, and just not into it.
Right. So next slide.
Next slide. Ooh, Mecha. Yeah.
So we
This is
have
the good
here
shit.
A picture of a Tau commander and fire warriors.
Mm-hmm.
Then up top on the right here are 2 Riptide battle suits.
I like those.
We have a Kroot mercenary.
That's not a. Is that a mech?
No, that's
That's just a guy.
alien. That's an alien who serves as a mercenary in the Tau army.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the Tau have other species other than Tau in their army.
Okay.
And most commonly, they have Kroot mercenaries.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have a Crisis battle suit as the last one.
What makes it a crisis?
That's just the model.
Oh, all right. Just wanted to be sure.
It's a V8X Crisis battle suit.
Okay.
Yeah. The Tau are cool. They have robots.
Yeah, like, do other factions have mechs, or?
The Imperials get stuff called Titans and Knights, and the Eldar get Wraith Lords and Wraith Knights, and the Orcs get things called Gorkanauts and Morkanauts.
Oh, okay. God.
Next slide.
Next slide. All right. The Necron Dynasty's Bone Daddy waking up.
Remember all that War in Heaven stuff a while ago?
I do remember that War in Heaven stuff from a while ago.
Yeah, so after driving most of the galaxy into an extinction and getting bored being immortal skeletons made of living metal, the Necron dynasties went dormant, into stasis more to preserve the sanity of its rulers than the infrastructure of the Empire.
Oh boy.
Now they wake and find the living have overrun planets that by right of conquest belong to the dynasties. There is but one answer now, to remind the living why they fear the dead.
Oh, so this is just just a skeleton army.
It's an army of skeleton Terminators.
Oh, okay. You have like found like the cocktail to get Doom's attention completely.
Next slide.
Next slide. The Mummy. 1999.
Yeah.
Wait a minute! I just holy shit. It took me a second.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh. There's his name in a commentary here. This is just funny.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Yo, this is like just a spine in a suit, isn't it?
That's Illuminator Sarazas.
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. How foolish of me to not recognize.
And that's just he's a special character model they get the Necrons get. He's a named character they can take in their armies.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Next slide.
Next slide. This shit rules.
So here's Necron art. This is all much more modern Necron art because the Necrons got a big rewrite recently.
Mm-hmm.
And it really helped give them a character and a solid sense of aesthetic.
God. This is oh my God. This is frightening, actually.
It rules. This shit rules.
Yeah, Dune says, yo, these guys fuck. But also she said that's General Grievous for the last slide.
A little bit.
Oh my God.
All right.
Next
Next slide.
All right. Tyranny.
Tyranids.
Tyranids.
If you say the word Zerg, I will cry.
Okay. All right. I will do my best to not. Let's go.
Tyranids are a mysterious species who originated somewhere outside the Milky Way galaxy and are now here to make sure that Paul Verhoeven's documentary Starship Troopers ends the way it should have. With everyone but the cool bugs dead of being eaten by the cool bugs. They are here to eat everyone and everything and then detonate your sun as a way to propel themselves to their next meal.
Oh, like the Zerg.
I'll fucking kill you. Next slide.
You can't tee me up like that. Oh no!
I know I've been showing off cool art in these slides, but I really have to show off how bad the old Tyranid sculpts were.
Oh boy. Oh no. These ones in the upper left in particular are rough.
It's it's a lot.
Oh, you can't get these anymore, right?
No, these are all out of print.
Okay. So is this like one of those things where if you wanted to get them, they would be really expensive, or would they be really cheap because nobody likes them?
They'd probably be pretty expensive, but because they're out of print models, you may be able to just find like STL files for them and 3D print them.
Oh, okay. I keep forget. Okay. This might be getting off topic a bit, but like, is 3D printing a problem in the Warhammer community?
There are people who 3D print their own resin models and sell them as like third-party models based on IP theft, but they're cool, so it doesn't matter.
Right.
And then there's people who will like want to print their whole army, and I get it. The hobby is expensive. I know.
Mm-hmm.
Good Lord, I know. But like, come on, man, it's a nice model, and someone worked really hard at it, and like Games Workshop actually pays their employees. And doesn't do tax theft by hiding where their money is, so they pay more taxes than basically any other business in the UK.
I didn't know that. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Whew.
But these are the bad old Tyranid models. Next slide.
So it's okay to print these, is what you're saying.
Probably.
All right.
I'm not a lawyer.
All right.
I'm the opposite of a lawyer. I'm an occultist.
Next slide.
Next slide.
Okay, here's cool art. It's here. It's oh boy. Whew.
Yeah.
Oh, this one in particular is really, really hard.
The let me guess, the zoanthrope, the one with the psychic brain that floats around hurling telekinetic death at people.
Is that what that is?
Yeah, it's a big floating lizard maggot that hurls psychic death thoughts into your brain and makes you have an aneurysm.
That's a little messed up.
Yeah, Tyranids have this mechanic called the hive mind, where there are certain creatures with the tag synapse in their army, and if the creatures without synapse are within range of a synapse creature, that you can control them normally, but if they're out of range of a synapse creature, you don't control them directly, they follow their instincts.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Okay. So how do you even handle that? Is it like, do you just roll like randomly for that, or?
Yeah, you used to roll on a little table that would say they run, hide, shoot, or attack.
Okay. We've tried to keep this like mainly about the lore, but here I am asking about game mechanics.
Well, it's a game mechanic that informs the lore, which is why I bring it up.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. All right.
Yeah. So next slide.
Next slide. Gene Stealer cults Chud. What?
1984.
Okay.
Someday, the preacher says, the four-armed emperor will come to us, and our passion shall be at hand. On 1,000 worlds those words are spoken. On 1,000 worlds the faithful await the day of ascension. They exist in the hidden places, the sump factories and the mining colonies, the slums and the underhives. With alien gods and alien genetics, they seek to feed all that is into the mouth of the swarm.
Jeez. They gave the
So
Emperor 4 arms?
So gene stealer cults are religious fanatics who have been mutated by exposure to a kind of tyrannid called a gene stealer.
Ugh.
And so the gene stealer basically face huggers people to make them into the first generation of gene stealer cultists. And then those people's children are mutants who are more alien than man.
Oh no.
And eventually the cult will start breeding true and creating pure strain gene stealers who are the herald. The more gene stealers that exist, the tastier the planet smells to a hive fleet.
That's you realize that's a fucked up sentence you said, right?
Yes.
Okay, just wanted to be sure.
Yeah.
Indie
It's
Falcon
a-
is saying love an alien cult. And Doom is
next-
saying these are Hellraiser dudes.
No, the Hellraiser dudes are later, I promise.
Oh no.
Next slide.
Next slide. Toxic Avenger looking ass. Positive.
So
Affectionate.
here is art of the gene stealers and gene stealer cultists.
Oh my god.
Yeah. It
Ugh.
rules.
Man, look at this egghead in the upper right here.
Yeah, that's the old gene stealer art back when they had a model that was called the cult limo.
Limo?
Yeah, they used to have a cult limo because they were making fun of televangelists.
Oh! Okay, now it's all coming together.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
they are specifically making fun of apocalyptic Christian cults.
You know,
At least they were, and now it's a lot more serious, but it's still kind of fun because they're like workers revolting and they're mixed with alien cultists. A lot of people play them more positively, and that's fine. That's fun.
yeah, the spirit is still there.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Next slide.
Next slide. Faction focus. Chaos.
Chaos is the force of the warp, the immaterium, hell itself. Chaos is a psycho-magical reflection of the roiling emotions of all the galaxy, the rage and the hope and the sloth and obsession and lust and honor and horror and acceptance. Every emotion from everywhere, always, forever, never, and now.
Mm. Ugh.
Reduced down into a boiling cauldron of poison from which arise the four dark brothers of the House of Trouble, the great gods of chaos. Their loyal servants are legion, their insidious cults infest every level of society, their gifts are beautiful and awful, their love is all-consuming, their attention is glory and death.
From a cauldron of poison.
Hey, that's metaphorical.
Okay.
They come from hell.
I mean, you can't blame me for thinking a literal cauldron of poison in this one.
No, but so these are in order clockwise.
Yes.
Korn, Zinch, Nurgle, Slanesh.
Okay.
Wait, sorry. Clockwise is something different. I did that wrong. It's Korn, Zinch, Slanesh, Nurgle.
Okay. Got
Clockwise.
it. Got it. All right.
This is the first edition art of them.
It looks like it.
Yeah.
All right. Next one.
I love how much.
Oh.
I love how much Korn looks like he's screaming, "Foolish samurai!"
Yeah, actually. Nurgle's icon is a dick and balls.
It's a stylized fly.
Okay.
Yeah,
But
it's supposed to be a fly, but yeah, it does look like a dick and balls.
Okay, cool. I'm glad we're on the same page for that one.
Next.
Next. Chaos Space Marines. He's spiky, so he's more powerful.
During the Horus Fucky Wucky, a bunch of space marines rebelled against the Imperium, for a lot of different reasons, some of which were good ideas. But in the end, they all fucked up and got swole on demon energy and became the Chaos Space Marines.
Oh, good.
Now they live on in the planets of the Eye of Terror, a space hell where time has no reason and no place. The Chaos Space Marines vie against one another in contests of skill, cunning, brutality, and psi-witchery to claim the mantle of Chosen and the attention of the Dark Gods. Others are veterans of the Long War, dedicated to finishing what they failed to do 10,000 years ago. Destroy the Imperium.
Okay, hold on. I have to ask you something here. Don't Space Marines literally have a gland that prevents them from rising against their commanders?
Yes, but also demon stuff is very powerful.
So that's how they were able to rebel.
Yes. Well, okay. The psycho indoctrination can fail.
Okay.
Especially if you... Okay. You know how anyone who touches the dark side in Star Wars turns into a skeleton man?
Yes, I know enough about Star Wars to know that.
They turn into a skeleton man who starts laughing about evil and, like, kicking puppies for fun?
Right. Cartoonishly evil.
Touching chaos does that to everyone.
Okay.
You can start with the best intentions, but eventually you are going to try and eat a power source larger than your own head, and it's going to go real bad.
I mean, even if you wear gloves when touching it?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
just wanted to be sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like radiation. It gets through.
Oh, okay. Do they make like a Chaos Geiger counter?
Yeah, it's called when your Psyker explodes into a demon host.
Well, that just seems inefficient.
Yeah, it's not great. Actually, because FTL for the Imperium works by hurling their ships through hell.
What?
Yeah, so warp travel is when a ship dips out of our reality and into the warp where time isn't real, and distance isn't either, to effectively teleport.
And that's hell.
That's their FTL technology, which involves diving into hell.
There has to be a better way.
Ah, there is, but only the Necrons know how.
Oh, god damn it.
And the Eldar have the webway instead, and they're not sharing with the fucking monkeys.
Oh, right, of course. Yeah. It's called Warhammer, not Cooperation Hammer.
Right. And part of diving into hell is that all of their spaceships have this thing called a Geller field generator, which creates a barrier between the ship and hell.
Oh god. All right.
If the Geller fields fail, you will get Event Horizoned.
Oh, that is what Spectre X did just say in the chat. It's Event Horizon style.
Yeah. Next slide.
All right, next slide. The Lost and Damned, poorer, bloodier infantry. Oh no.
This army isn't, like, legal in the rules anymore, but I think they're really important to the lore, so I'm just going to explain them anyway.
Oh, yeah.
The Lost and the Damned is a blanket term the Imperium uses for traitor guard, political rebels, mutant uprisings, and cult insurrections of the non-alien kind.
Right.
The Lost and the Damned are essentially the evil version of the Imperial Guard, a bunch of different kind of guys coming together.
Uh-huh.
Also here, I'm mentioning the Dark Mechanicum, who utilize black technology and hellsmithing to create dark miracles of science that a sane mind could not fathom.
I am going to step on this rake and say hellsmithing isn't real.
Hellsmithing is absolutely real. It's a thing. You put demons in the metal.
Shut up. No.
They bind demons into mecha to animate the mecha.
That's why you have pilots. You're just creating automatons.
No, they just let a demon possess the robot.
That's oh my god. Jesus.
Next slide.
No, I'm still fucked up about this. Why don't these guys legally exist? Like, I know we're not talking much about rules. I want to know why why these guys are not tournament viable anymore.
Oh, because they were never they were created by Forge World. Forge World is the resin imprint of Warhammer, 40 of Warhammer, basically for really specialized kits made of resin and that are really high quality and really expensive. Lost in the Damned were written as an army for a Forge World book and then kind of half-heartedly ported over to regular 40K.
Okay.
And as the editions have gone on, they just haven't been updated.
Okay, it's like all right, let me make a comparison here to this. They're like a zip drive. They existed at one point, but no one's making drivers for it anymore.
Yeah, and they do make like Chaos Guardsman models in specialist games like Necromunda and Warcry and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
Those aren't actually what they make them. What the fuck is that game called? Kill Team. Kill Team has Chaos Guardsman models.
Okay.
So they're not used on the table, and the closest you get to them on the table is that Chaos Space Marine armies can take cultists as troops.
Oh, good.
So you can use your cultists to represent Traitor Guard.
Okay. Now, let's go to the next slide. Here we go. Yeah. Chaos Undivided, Centrits, Evil, actively. Oh, boy.
Yeah. So that picture is Ezekiel Abaddon.
Oh, there he is. I remember you mentioned him earlier, just like you were just like, oh, the second most evil name behind
Ezekiel Abaddon.
Ezekiel Abaddon. Hold on, it says Abaddon the Despoiler.
Yeah, that's his name, Abaddon the Despoiler.
That sounds like a name he gave himself.
Bound by dark oaths to serve the ever-chosen. Chaos Undivided is when the dark gods set aside the pettiest squabbles to focus on a real target. It is by the hand of Chaos Undivided that the galaxy shall burn. It is by the hand of the ever-chosen, Abaddon the Despoiler, that the Corpse Emperor will be ripped from his throne, and Horus's work will finally be done. The opposite of a raging sea is not a small and fragile raft. Mankind must learn of what truly awaits them in the hereafter.
I think this guy's kind of a dweeb.
Everyone goes to hell no matter what.
Yeah, sure, buddy.
Next slide.
I'm just saying I'm going to hell, but I earned it, all right? Don't just tell me I'm going there by default, all right?
Okay.
Next slide.
Next slide.
Bloodbound of Corn.
Servants of the blood god. Unrelenting berserkers. Thirsty for blood and hungry for death. Kama-crazy thrill killers down bad with the gun lust. Assassins who whisper prayers of death before taking the heads of a planetary or aristocracy. The blood god cares not from whence the blood flows, only that it fills his cup.
This one is the most looks like a Ronnie James Dio album cover.
So that's Karn the Betrayer.
Oh, that's an unfortunate nickname.
Well, he's named that because he's such a berserker that every time he swings his weapon, something will die, even if it's a friendly model.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's his special rule, is that if he misses an attack, it instead hits his own unit.
That's no good.
Yeah, because he doesn't care where the blood comes from, only that it flows.
Oh, God. I noticed he has an LED on his bolter, too.
Oh, no, that's a plasma pistol.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's the heating exchange rack of a plasma pistol.
Oh, yeah, I'm noticing, like, the hose on the bottom now.
Yeah.
Which I assume is for the plasma.
Yeah, also his axe is named Gorechild.
What, Gore or War Child?
Gorechild.
I like that. I like that more.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Next slide.
Next slide. The Hedonites of Slaanesh.
When one runs out of human pleasures to indulge in, other things take the fore.
Oh no.
Practice becomes obsession. Obsession becomes compulsion. Compulsion rots under its own weight until a new sensation is found to delight the senses. Joy is fleeting. Happiness is a lie we tell ourselves. Only pleasure and pain, twinned and beloved, remain true in this world. Come, serve at the whims of the Prince of Pain, the Princess of Pleasure.
Slanesh has such sights to show you.
I don't believe any of this.
And the art for this one is Slanesh's champion. These are the Hellraiser guys, yes, and that is Lucius the Eternal.
Ugh.
As you can see, his armor is made of faces, and those are all the people that failed to kill him.
Oh, I just now noticed that they're all faces. Oh. Ooh.
Yeah.
Yuck.
Yeah.
Yuckers.
So, Lucius's gimmick is that he's a duelist,
Uh-oh.
and if you kill him, you will turn into him.
Do you want to?
Absolutely not.
Okay. So it's lose-lose. Either, like, he just goes and starts killing people, or you become him and you start killing.
Right, it takes a while to transmogrify into him, but
But
that's what happens if you kill him.
how many people have killed him?
How many faces does he have on his armor?
No, those are, like, people he killed, I thought. I
Yeah,
thought those
one
were...
way or another, he killed them.
No, I mean, like, how many people have killed him and become him?
When he turns into you, your face is added to his armor.
Oh, okay, now I'm putting it together. Okay, I thought those were, like, people who failed to kill him.
No, when you kill him and turn into him, your face joins his armor and your soul is trapped inside it.
This is, that's distressing.
Yeah, it's not great.
I don't like this guy. Can we go to the
Yeah,
next...
he's-
Can we go to the next slide?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. The maggot kin of Nurgle. Oh, no.
Undying, uncaring, unbreakable, unrelenting. They march beneath the plague god's banner, filled with his gifts for mankind. Rot is the natural state of all things. Life itself is an aberration, a mistake. Let all become one in the decaying embrace of the Plague Father.
No. Ugh. Ugh.
And pictured is Typhus, host of the Destroyer Hive.
Ugh. This one's gross.
Yeah, Nurgle's not. He's the god of disease.
Ugh. I mean, it looks like it. Like, I could see,
And-
like, the poison cloud, like, hovering around him.
Oh, no, those are the Destroyer Hive. Those are the bugs that live inside his armor.
Oh, he's got bugs in him. Great.
Yep.
I hate this.
Next slide.
Next slide. No, I'm not reading that.
Zinchian Acolytes.
Oh, so it's in silent T.
Sing the sorcerer's cant and open your witch's eye, for what comes next, only the changer of ways knows. And he shall never share his secrets with us willingly. Only the cunning, only the cruel, only those who understand the shape of the universe to come will prosper. All others are merely fodder for the next ritual, the next sacrifice, the next unlocking of power.
And pictured is the sorcerer himself, Azhek Ahriman, the champion of Zinch.
Took me a second to realize he's holding, like, a Space Marine helmet.
Yeah, he's holding a rubric marine helmet, which are mummy marines. They are marine armors filled with magic dust that animates them because they used to be people.
Of course. Why wouldn't that be a thing?
Yeah, they're mummies.
Right, yeah, because that's ugh. God.
Next slide.
Next slide. There's so much good chaos art.
There is so much good chaos art. There's 2 whole slides of chaos art.
Oh my god.
Pictured on the right is a Lord Discordant, which is one of the Dark Mechanicus,
Oh no.
and he's riding some kind of horrible flesh monster he created.
Hmm.
Some sort of cyborg freak beast. And the other art is a Chaos Space Marine leading the Lost and the Damned.
Wait, did we talk about Lost and the Damned? I'm trying to remember.
Yes, they're the Traitor Guardsmen.
Okay, yeah. Oh, there's more art in the next slide.
Yeah.
Yes! Yes!
Oh no.
So this is the original art of the Chaos Spawn from Warhammer Fantasy here on the left.
But we're talking about 40K.
Yeah, but Chaos Spawn are a unit that exists in both games.
Oh, gross.
Basically, when the Chaos Gods pay too much attention to you, you start to mutate rapidly.
Ah, the horrifying pain of being known.
Yeah, and so eventually you collapse under the weight of your mutations and become a Chaos Spawn.
Oh, good.
And then the other is a splash for the Lost and the Damned.
Who's this guy with the lightning coming out of his eyes?
Oh, that's a witch.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Good for them.
Next slide.
Next slide. Okay.
Okay, so there used to be these guys called the Squats who were space dwarves, but then they got deleted from the canon for being hard to write interestingly. But like this year, James Workshop decided to add them back to the game as the Leagues of Votan. And it's super cool looking, but I have zero actual facts to give you about them because they haven't been released yet. I'm sorry, but please trust me. They're super cool and not Imperium and not Xenos, and because they're descended from old mankind and still have friendly men. They have friendly men of iron inside their society. So they're a big mystery shakeup to how the way the setting is written. It's really kind of fun.
So wait. We keep talking about James Workshop here.
James Workshop is the man who founded Games Workshop. He's James Workshop.
I do not know if you're working a bit on me or not.
You'll find out.
Okay.
Next slide.
Next slide.
Them.
Aw. Wait, are these the dwarves?
This is art of the Leagues of Votan.
Okay.
See? He has a robot buddy.
Oh shit, that is a little robot buddy.
Yeah.
This looks fun.
They have robot buddies. Yeah, they're really cool. They're like Norse industrial tactical.
These pictures look positively quaint compared to the hellish landscapes that we've seen up to this point.
Yeah, it's great.
Aw.
Next slide.
Next slide. Okay.
Read the fucking slide, Ashley.
Why you should like the same factions as me.
The faction I play is the Dark Angels, the first legion of the Adeptus Astartes. Their history goes back to the Solar Unification Wars in their deployments against the last holdouts on Terra and against the Kill Witches of Venus.
Okay.
But they were betrayed by half their number during a civil war, and this same shameful secret they have buried, but it refuses to die. And so they are unforgiven, hunting the fallen angels to force from a sinner's lip true repentance. To do less would dishonor the Legion, the Chapter, the oaths of the Order. Gothic Space Knights with Catholic guilt, let's go!
Let's go! All right. Oh, God.
I love the Dark Angels so much. They're so fun. Look at him. He has a winged helmet.
Oh, shit, that is a winged helmet. The angle was weird. I couldn't tell.
Yeah, he's got a winged helmet, and he's wearing robes over his power armor. It's so good.
Real quick note from Doom, the Kill Witches of Venus was my band name in high school.
Yeah, that's a good band name, isn't it?
It is. Next one?
Next one. Anyone who says we should go back to 5th edition has forgotten the face of his father and will not survive the winter. Next slide.
But wait.
Science!
Sorry.
Next slide. When do we get to the freaking
When do we get to the freaking guns?
Right now.
All right.
Okay, so the first gun we have here is a bolter.
Yes, I'm familiar with it.
Bolt guns, or bolters, fire mass reactive 75mm rocket rounds.
Oh, they're rockets.
Yeah, so basically a bolt gun fires gyrojets.
I didn't realize that. I thought it was just a fancy, machine gun.
No, they fire mass reactive shells, which means when the bullet hits a target, and if the target has enough mass, the shell detonates inside the body.
When you say has enough mass, what do you mean by that?
I mean, if the target is large enough and there's enough... When the bolt hits, there's enough resistance to crack the to make the little computer in the shell pop.
I see. Okay. So
Yeah.
if it just like hit off like the tip of someone's finger, it wouldn't set it off.
No, but you'd lose the fucking finger.
Oh yeah, no, that goes without saying.
Yeah, so bolt guns are ruinously expensive for anyone who isn't like a space marine
Right, of course.
because they're relics of the Dark Age of Tech. Because they're relic weapons. They are hard to produce. They are hard to make. They are hard to machine. It is hard to make bolt ammo that doesn't explode in your hand.
You know, there's all these societies that have like entire like, you know, it said like trillions of people working in factories and everything. You tell me they can't make a fucking bolter?
No, the bolters are made by the Adeptus Mechanicus.
Oh,
The
okay.
factories are churning out las guns.
Oh, right, lasers. Sorry, how foolish of me.
So here we have the las guns of several different worlds. Each world basically produces its own pattern of las gun.
Okay, I see here.
Yep.
Is the first one just called Triple X?
It's the triplex pattern from the planet Triple X.
We really just called like a planet Triple X.
Yeah, shut the fuck up.
Like after the Vin Diesel movie. Got it.
Yeah, after that Vin Diesel documentary.
Right, of course.
And finally on this panel, we have a melta-gun.
Oh, that's the one on the bottom.
Yeah.
So what does Melta imply?
Melta-guns fire a tightened beam of microwave radiation that agitates material until it melts.
Ah. Oh, the way a microwave works.
Yeah, essentially it's a super microwave gun that fucking melts people.
I have to ask, is there anywhere in any fiction of people using this gun to heat up their food?
No, because it's way too powerful, but there is a recurring character from a novel series named Jurgen, and Jurgen is important because he has a melta-gun and solves a lot of problems by just deleting people's heads with it.
Very good.
Because it just reduces their head to a black, smelly smear on the back wall.
Like the top of a burnt matchstick.
Yeah. Melta-guns are anti-armor weapons. You're not supposed to use them on people.
Right, but there's people in
Melta range.
Right, but it's like if you melt the armor, what are you gonna do? Stop melting?
No, and in the video games, the melta-gun is usually like a shotgun blast that inflicts fire damage and just incinerates people down to the skeleton.
Right, yeah.
It rules.
God.
Next slide.
Next slide. Further dumb shit weapons that canonically function in spite of themselves.
So, this is a plasma gun and a radium carbine.
Okay. I noticed the plasma gun has a prayer on it.
Yeah, that's because plasma guns have this, are powered by superheated gas. That's what they turn into plasma.
Oh, that seems bad.
So they have this unfortunate tendency to vent wildly and without warning if you overuse them. Which tends to just turn your face into a skeleton.
Well, what are you doing holding the gun next to your face?
You have to aim. Look where the scope is on this thing. Right on the heating coil.
Once again, a remarkable lack of foresight.
I love that fucking picture of a plasma gun. It's so fucking stupid.
I mean, you don't put it together. You don't realize that it's like that until you realize until you explain how it works.
Right. So plasma guns are for punching through powered armor.
Right.
They fuck people up when you actually get them to not kill you when you fire them.
What is the success rate on firing a plasma gun?
5 and 6.
Oh, you mean on a D6? Okay.
No, I mean literally.
What?
When you roll a 1 to hit with a plasma gun, you trigger the special rule, gets hot, and it fucking kills the guy holding it.
So there's a 1 in 6 chance that anytime you use a plasma gun, it will kill the unit.
It will kill the model holding the plasma gun.
Huh.
Yeah.
that seems imbalanced. Like, that seems like a really big risk.
You get a really good weapon stat line.
Okay, what's this other one?
That's a radium
It's pointed
carbine.
at my head. Actually,
Yes, it is.
Look,
Okay.
I'm just gonna
I
like.
have a gun in this roleplay scenario.
Yeah. No, I'm ducking down a little bit here.
Okay.
I'm hiding behind my logo.
Okay. So a radium carbine is a gun so fucking radioactive that it slowly kills its wielder.
Oh,
But it's okay
I'm
because
just
their
gonna
wielders,
back up out of here a little bit.
their wielders are cyborgs,
Oh, good.
so they just replace whatever cancer they get. They just take the cancer out and put more machine in.
Oh, all right. So it's just like they use the gun to get cancer, and they're like, you're taking a week off. Here, we're putting some cyber stuff in you.
The cancer is a side effect.
Right.
So, what's important about the radium carbine is that it is so radioactive that being close to the unit holding it lowers another unit's toughness score.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, again, there's a reason it's on this page.
Oh my God. All right, I'm carefully coming back in now.
Next slide.
Next slide. What's going to be pointed at me on this one? Imperial Titans whip ass. I hate building them.
I have a half-built Imperial Knight over here on my fucking bookshelf. I need to get, like, a month together to paint this fucking model.
These are just walking buildings.
Yeah, so the Imperial Knight is, like, a foot tall.
Oh, what?
Like an actual foot tall.
As in 12 inches.
Yeah, I have one right here. It's like a foot tall.
How
Maybe around.
How do you balance this when you put this thing on the table?
You only get one, and that's your whole army.
So essentially, if you run one of these, you're just a boss fight for the other army.
Yeah.
That's actually kind of rad.
Yeah, at lower point values. At higher point values, you take a knight. You could take 2 knights and some baby robots to escort them, and it's a really cool fight because it's like just 2 guys and 2 squads versus an entire other army.
Right.
And the guy on the right is a model that has never been built at Warhammer scale.
What do you mean
that
at
is-
Warhammer scale?
Okay, so Warhammer is a 28mm heroic game. That means the models are 28mm model versions of what they would actually be.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
28mm is the scale.
Right.
That is a model for an Imperial Titan, an Imperator class Titan. The Imperator class Titan at 28mm is like 4 feet tall.
Jesus!
So that is the epic 40K, the 6mm version.
Ugh, that's a foot tall.
No, the 6mm version's only is only like Space Marine size.
Oh, okay. But in the canon, it's huge.
In canon, it is massive. It is bigger than big, and everyone who looks at it who isn't a human goes, "Hold on, that's not supposed to work that way."
Can you imagine being the a-hole who slams down this thing on the table when you?
Yeah. I have had to play against guys who only used knights, and they only used knights that came from Forge World, which meant that because they spent several $1,000s on their army was just naturally better than mine.
So did you win?
No, absolutely not.
Great.
Next slide.
Next slide. Dipshit tanks for fascist space eunuchs are a recurring thing.
So this
Eunuchs?
is So Space Marines are chemically castrated?
What? Wait.
They can't.
Wait. Start again. What?
Space Marines are chemically castrated. They can't breed.
Okay, so they have 21 organs, but not that one.
They don't got they got a dick, but it don't work.
And Doom
this
says,
is-
"Hey, just like in Halo."
So this is the Mastodon Heavy Support Tank.
Yeah.
It carries 40 Space Marines.
That doesn't seem like a lot.
You have to remember that Space Marines come in 40 Space Marines is half a Space Marine battle force.
Right, and that's 40 Space Marines is 40,000 regular Marines.
Something like that. But this is actually a Horus Heresy model. This is from Warhammer 30K, a game we're not talking about.
Wait, there's a 30K?
Yeah, Warhammer 30K, the Horus Heresy.
So wait.
There is an entire separate game about an event in the history that you can play.
How did I not know this?
Because it's a rather new game, it just got its second edition.
Huh.
And it hasn't had any video games yet.
Oh, all right. That explains it. God.
Next slide,
Next-
speaking of video games.
Oh? Why you should play Necromunda Hired Gun.
Yeah.
All right.
Do you want Titanfall 2 movement inside a factory that is also a cathedral trying to kill crazy drug-dealing Amazons and men whose blood is legally classified as horse steroids? Also, you get a cyborg dog with wall hacks who eats people's faces for you.
Jesus.
It has a whack-ass loot shooter item system for some reason, but that doesn't matter when you can wall run, double jump, karate kick a bio-augmented super freak in his head so hard he fucking gibs.
So this is an FPS.
This is an FPS.
All right. Like likely will not run on my computer, but it looks.
Well, it'll run on a potato.
No. Really?
No, it's made by the guys who did what is it called? Borzoof game.
I don't know what that is.
Divine Cybermancy.
You said that as soon as Spectre said that in the chat.
Oh, cool. Yeah. So it'll run on a potato.
I'll look into it.
Yeah.
Next slide.
Next slide.
All right. James.
I'll read this one.
Okay.
James Workshop fucked my wallet with his weird British dick, but also he pays my girlfriend to sell plastic, so I must centrism.
I'm
going to let you compose yourself before I continue.
Right. Yes. Yeah. Continue.
Okay. The following message is for James Workshop only. I'll hunt you for sport someday. Give me Primaris scale Terminators and more true scale bikers, and I'll delay my reenactment of noted documentary Predator 2 until 2041. This is my final communication to you, James Workshop. Make the right choice. Next slide.
Next slide. Pedro Cantor is my Blorbo. I'm gonna make you all listen to me about him.
Pedro Cantor is the chapter master of the Crimson Fists, the Lord Hellblade, and best enemy of the Arc-Arsonist of Caradon. He's a space marine who, after hundreds of years fighting the enemies of the Imperium, was put on the defensive when his homeworld of Rinsworld was attacked by Caradon. He learned then, in that crucible, to care for the civilians of the Imperium, to tend to their wounds and put their safety above the continuation of his own chapter's ability to kill. I love him so much.
This is the first time where, like, someone in a character is concerned about something other than killing or going fast.
Yeah. Pedro, like, he is, at first, at the start of the book, he's dismissive of regular baseline humans because he finds them weak and he knows he's obligated to protect them, but it feels onerous. And then there's a scene where he rescues a mother and her children from orcs, and the mother is like, I need safety. Where do I go? And he's like, nowhere's safe. You can follow with us, but when you fall behind, I will have to do what I need to do to ensure the humanity survives and we can carry on. And she's like, I'll accept the Emperor's peace, which means being shot.
Oh, no! Oh, that's grim.
And then when she finally falls behind, he comes and picks her up and carries her.
Aww.
Yeah, it rules. I love him. I love him.
Okay, yeah, I can see that.
Next slide.
Yes, next slide.
It's time for Q&A.
Oh, hold on, wait.
Oh,
No, my ship ambience was off because we were going so long. So
no.
I had to loop it. It's fine. No, I knew how long we were gonna go. All right, it's back.
Okay.
Next slide.
It's
It's
time for Q&A. And as important for Q&A, according to space law, we all have to rise for the national anthem of space.
Yes, everyone rise for the national anthem of space.
Yep. I will talk about Nemesis the Warlock later. We're watching. It's the national anthem of space. You have to be respectful. Whoever made this is super based. That's all I can say about this beautiful piece of space culture.
Oh,
Fills your heart with pride.
yes.
Makes you proud to be from space.
I am very proud to be from space listening to this.
It hurts to smile. This is too much. I think we have to actually go to the Q&A.
All right.
I can't.
I'm fading
keep
it
up.
out. I'm fading it out. I'm fading it out.
I'm sorry. I didn't think I'd break down like this. I'm sorry. I ruined the bit.
Okay.
Okay.
I
Okay.
have opened the Q&A. I could load it up here, but I don't have it cropped correctly, so I'm just gonna read them off here to you. First question. About all of these are labeled from Ashley Admirer or Enemy, which means that everyone asked these questions anonymously.
Hey.
First question: does Warhammer let you kill Margaret Thatcher again? I think that one orc mech that was like a
Well,
joke.
Yes, you could just kill Gazkul Maguk Urkraka.
Mm-hmm. All right.
And that would kind of count as killing Margaret Thatcher again. But because the entire planet of Earth is now a city, we can assume that there is a bathroom built on where the gravesite of Margaret Thatcher once was.
Hell yeah.
We can assume.
Gave some air horns and a hell yeah for that. All right.
Thank you.
Next question. Why is it called Warhammer? Is there a single hammer of war? A war fought with hammers? A war over hammers?
Oh, okay. So actually, this is a really interesting thing. Warhammer 40,000 is named for Warhammer Fantasy, and in Warhammer Fantasy, there is the Warhammer.
Oh.
Its name is Galmaraz. It is the hammer of the Emperor, forged by the Dwarf Lords.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So
Both games are named for Galmaraz.
all right. Asked and answered. I did not expect you to have an answer for that. Hell yeah. This next one says Orcs is the best. 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 Actually, I'm gonna just let me see here. I'm just gonna paste this one in real quick here. Let me select the font. Let me make it a little smaller so people can see it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, here we go. Oh, that's yeah, no, this isn't working as well as I thought it would.
Mucking about.
I am abandoning this bit because I can't get the text to look properly, but it is Orcs is the best repeated several thousand times.
All right. Thank you for your question.
Thank you.
How dare you ruin the bit?
I ruined. Yeah, I know. Sorry.
Anyway,
Yeah.
next.
Next question. Should a live-action Warhammer movie have a cameo/dance scene from MC Hammer, like how Vanilla Ice was in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, Secret of the Ooze? Is it possible to have a good 40K movie, and who should direct it?
Oh, actually, there's a bunch of really good Warhammer 40K fan films that are like animated, and there's one called Inquisitor, I think, that was shot by a bunch of German fans.
Oh my gosh.
And I remember it being kind of okay. The costumes were really lame, but they like tried really hard. It's really fun to watch.
Okay.
Oh, to answer your question, go to hell.
All right. Got it. I did some Quake nail gun shots there.
Fantastic.
You mentioned, next question, you mentioned that someone being both Jesus and also Hitler, quote, used, unquote, to be part of the canon. Did they retcon that? LOL.
No, they just stopped talking about it.
All right. They just do not look at the Jesus Hitler that
was a mistake. We're just gonna remove that piece of text from all further times we mention this.
we're just gonna put like a sheet over it in the corner.
Yeah, they do that a lot, actually.
Yeah. Next question. So, just to be clear, the Eternal Emperor or whatever is like dead. He gone. The sacrifice of people is just a ritual, but he's dead, and it's all for nothing, or am I misunderstanding?
Oh, so the sacrifice of 1,000 people a day is what keeps the Astronomicon lit, and the Astronomicon is a giant... Okay. The Emperor's soul can be seen in hell from anywhere.
Oh, okay. Just any...
And that's what the Astronomicon is. So all warp travel is done by humans is relative to the Astronomicon.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Because the Astronomicon means you always know where Earth is.
Huh. All right.
So you navigate the entire galaxy by how it is compared to Earth. It's a big hell lighthouse. Yes, thank you.
So that's what the Emperor is. The Emperor. So anytime you use warp drive, you can thank the Emperor.
Yes. Also, hope you don't get eaten by demons. He is dead as shit, though.
Okay. All right. There we go.
There's ghostly fragments of his psyche clinging to his bones, but not much else.
All right. But yeah. Legally dead.
Illegally dead and never getting back up.
All right. Yeah. Does the original Emperor No, the original Emperor doesn't have a name because it's an amalgamation of 1,000 magic users.
Yeah, he's just the Emperor.
Just the Emperor. All right. And I think that is all the questions that were submitted to the Retro Spring.
I did get a question in chat from an acquaintance of mine, I think, which is Nemesis the Warlock was a big influence on early Warhammer art. And that's a really cool comic you should check out because it's bonkers.
Okay.
Final slide, please.
Final slide. The end. Is that James Workshop?
That is James Workshop photoshopped onto more recent art of the Emperor.
Very good. Lila, this has been great. Oh my god. This is the most I've ever learned about Warhammer. Wait, we have to watch that trailer for that game.
Oh yeah, put on the Mechanicus trailer, it rules.
How do I spell that? The Mechanicus?
Mechanicus.
The Mechanicus trailer. Here we go. Warhammer 40k, the Mechanicus teaser trailer?
Yep.
All right. This is from 4 years ago. Let me put the volume up. Hopefully it will not blow out. All right, let's watch this.
From the moment I understood the weakness of my flesh, it disgusted me. I craved.
I can't hear anything, but it's a good trailer.
You've watched it.
Yes, I have. It's a good game too. It's like XCOM, but with cyborgs as your main units.
Oh, this is grim.
Yeah, in the grim darkness of the far future, there is only war. I went over this at the start.
I'll put the volume up a bit.
To save you. But I am already saved.
Jesus.
For the machine is immortal. Even in death.
Ooh. All right. Dude said that kicked ass, and also this fucking owned. So, whew. Let's go back to the desk, Lila.
Yeah, desk.
Yeah.
So, Warhammer.
Warhammer. Yeah, I have learned a lot about Warhammer.
You want me to put one of these suckers together for fantasy?
Oh boy.
Because you have fantasy playing as a GIF on your desk, by the way.
Is that what that is?
Those are witch elves fighting
man.
High Elf spearmen from the Warhammer Total War 2 trailer.
Oh, damn it. And, like, I just tried to look up, like, Sisters of Battle. Like, I was being a poser. I was trying to impress you. I'm sorry.
You shouldn't try.
To impress you?
In general.
Aw. Oh, I can try and turn it off, but it won't do much or anything.
No, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
There we go. I'm just leaving my logo scrolling on it for now.
I hope you kids all enjoyed that.
Oh, I'm gonna zoom on you. Yeah, go ahead.
It was wonderful to be a guest.
Yeah, you got to just like info dump for like 2.5 hours here.
Oh, my little neurons are so pleased with their mental illness.
And yeah, it seemed like this went over well with everyone here. Like this is great.
I love brain poison.
I have to do. I feel like I have to do like something like this, and I just need to figure out what my thing is that I would do.
You could watch Bloodsport.
The movie?
Yeah.
I mean, I've watched Bloodsport. I know what's up with Bloodsport. Like,
Bloodsport's worth talking about.
Okay,
I feel like the kids don't know about Bloodsport.
Okay, hold on. Can we take 5 minutes to talk about Bloodsport?
We could take 5 minutes to talk about Bloodsport.
Okay, all right. I am bad at remembering like names and everything, but like the one American dude with like the Harley Davidson bandana and what was his name again? I'm trying to remember.
Fuck, I don't remember anyone who isn't like Tommy Chung or the Belgian in that fucking movie.
Yeah, like I'm just saying, like that one D1 dude who was like the American dude. It's like
what is the name of that super muscly guy? Because he's in one of my Bruce exploitation films as the villain.
No, not Jean-Claude Van Damme.
No, the guy, the muscle guy for Bloodsport.
Right. I can't remember.
I'm just googling that.
Yeah. Please, please Google it.
The muscle guy from Bloodsport.
Muscle guy.
Bolo Young.
What is that?
Bolo Young.
Bolo Young. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, Bolo Young is the villain in The Clones of Bruce Lee, which is a film.
That's a movie?
Yeah.
Is it no? There's a different like different muscle guy from Bloodsport. No, what I'm saying though is like there was like the one dude who was the American who was like really brash and like everything.
Right.
I feel like he was supposed to die, and they like slipped in a scene at the end where he's in the hospital, and he was like, oh damn, you go win it for me or whatever. But like I feel like they kept him alive because the Bloodsport sequels star him.
That's amazing. I didn't remember that about Bloodsport.
That the sequels it talks about him.
No, yeah. So actually, Clones of Bruce Lee is a film. I have it on my Dragon 4-pack.
Oh, what else is in the 4-pack?
So the Dragon 4-pack is the Clones of Bruce Lee, Clones of Bruce Lee, Bruce's Fists of Vengeance, Bruce Lee's Deadly Kung Fu, and Big Boss 2.
Big Boss 2, I think is my favorite one there. Also, I did not realize Bruceploitation is a fucking genre.
Big Boss 2 stars Dragon Lee.
The wrestler?
No.
Oh.
The Bruce Lee impersonator.
Oh, okay. All right. There is a wrestler named Dragon Lee, which is something Doom did suggest that like I could do a PowerPoint about wrestling and or motor racing because that's where my brain worms lie.
Clones of Bruce Lee stars Bruce Lee, Dragon Lee, and Bruce Lie.
Okay, no, we can't top Bruce Lie. Holy shit.
I will now directly quote the back of the box.
Oh, please do.
Join Bruce Lee, Dragon Lee, and Bruce Lai as they fight their way through Kung Fu Masters, Shaolin Bronze Men, and even Bolo Young.
Great.
Bolo Young gets 2 shout-outs in 2 different films in this 4-pack DVD I bought at a closing for your entertainment.
FYE? What?
Yeah,
Oh,
I bought it at an FYE. No, it's spelled Bruce Lai.
I'm fucking losing it. I assume Bruce Lay is Lei, right?
No, it's just Ellie.
It... Okay, so who's Bruce Lay, Lay?
It's probably in a movie that didn't even get a DVD transfer. The funniest thing about clones of Bruce Lee is there's 3 clones of Bruce Lee, but there's 4 Bruce Lee impersonators in the film. One of them has to play an Italian secret agent named Chuck. Imagine being that guy. The guy who's not a good enough Bruce Lee impersonator to be the clone of Bruce Lee.
That sucks. Also, the guy who I was thinking of is Ray Jackson from Bloodsport. Like,
Fantastic.
Ray Jackson is the guy who has like the curly hair and the beard and everything, and he's the one who gets the shit beaten out of him by Chong Li. And I think Chong Li was supposed to kill him to give more like gravitas to hit the final showdown between him and Frank Dukes. But I think that they slipped in that scene at the end where he's in the hospital and is fine because they knew they wanted to do a sequel about him. That is not canon. That is just me theorizing.
I feel like they filmed it later.
Oh yeah,
because they absolutely weren't gonna get anyone else.
Oh yeah, like you couldn't get Jean-Claude Van Damme for that, like, because like, you know, after that movie, what did Jean-Claude Van Damme do? Street Fighter.
Oh fuck, Street Fighter the movie, the video game, the film.
Also, like everyone's saying that like Bloodsport is based on a true story.
No,
Lie.
it's not.
No, Frank Dukes made it up. Hold on, I think there is like a thing about it. Like, let's see. Okay, Can I read this little bit from the Wikipedia? Like,
please.
In the writing under the production section, writing. Co-writer Sheldon Lettich came up with the idea for the film. According to him, I had known Frank Dukes for a number of months before I came up with the idea for Bloodsport. Frank told me a lot of tall tales, most of which turned out to be bullshit. But his stories about participating in this so-called Kumite event sound like a great idea for a movie. There was one guy he introduced me to named Richard Bender who claimed to have actually been at the Kumite event, who swore everything Frank told me was true. A few years later, this guy had a falling out with Frank and confessed to me that everything he told me about the Kumite was a lie. Frank had coached him in what to say.
Amazing.
Okay,
Amazing.
I'm going to talk about something we talked about like off air for everything, but we were talking about the Dog Zone 9000.
Yeah.
Did you listen to the Bloodsport episode?
No, I have yet to make it to Bloodsport.
Oh my god, it is worth skipping forward to listen to the Bloodsport episode, honestly.
Shout outs to Sean Baby for inventing our entire bit.
Honestly, I mean, shout out to Sean Baby for just teaching us how to be funny on the internet.
Yes.
God.
He is the Rosetta Stone of our generation.
Yeah, it's just like, it's like without Sean Baby, there's no nostalgia critic, there's no angry video game nerd, and there's no me.
There's no Old Man Murray.
There's no Old Man Murray. Not at all. All right. I think we should wrap this up now.
I think we could call it. I have to let the dog pee, and also me.
Yep. All right. Hey, thank you all for coming tonight. What a great show we had here. I'm gonna throw it to the end screen. I don't think I'm gonna rate anyone tonight. I think y'all have watched enough. I've gone through enough here tonight.
How long did I talk?
Okay. Oh, hold on. Let me find the present. It's like you talked for pretty much over 2.5 hours.
Great, huh?
Yeah, like I started the timer here for like when we started the presentation. It says 2 hours 48 minutes right now, but we have been talking a little bit at the end here about Bloodsport.
All right.
Yeah.
If you want me to, in a few months, I'll come back with a Warhammer Fantasy presentation.
Let me ask the chat here. Would y'all want to see a Warhammer Fantasy presentation? Vote now on your phones. Type 1.
Vote now on your phones.
Yeah,
type
type-
1 to be a pussy and type 2 to be cool.
I was gonna say type 1 if you want to see it. What is Warhammer Fantasy? It's everything we just talked about, only it's fantasy and not like sci-fi.
So Warhammer Fantasy is the game that Warhammer 40k is a spin-off of.
Yep, it came first. That
Warhammer
is its
Fantasy
relation to 40k.
was the big game, and then they introduced Space Marines, and everyone went, hold the fucking phone, give me one of them goddamn Space Marines. And 40k became the main game.
Oops.
Oops!
Oops.
I also get to talk about more kinds of elves!
Oh, good. As if we didn't have enough of them. All right, I'm gonna go to the end screen now, and I'm gonna mute us, so we'll be fine. All right, so good night, everyone. Thank you.
Au revoir, kids!
Yeah, no, it's 40k because it's 40,000 years after Warhammer Fantasy. That's what it is. Ha!
Yeah, kind of.
I beat you to it. I beat you to it.
That used to be canon, actually.
What do you mean used to?
It used to be canon that Warhammer Fantasy took place on a planet in the Warhammer 40k universe, but like I said, they sort of scrubbed that out of the books and stopped talking about it. But in early editions of Warhammer Fantasy, when 40k was first starting out, you could find powered armor and bolter as gifts from the Chaos Gods.
So what you're saying is that Warhammer is real, much like the space Jesus and Hitler.
Warhammer is real. The Emperor was Jesus and Hitler, and also Gandhi. Maybe he was everyone important in history. And Warhammer Fantasy is a lot less bonkers, but it's a lot more coherent.
Do we really want that?
I don't know. I get to talk about the grudges of the dwarves, and that's always fun because dwarves are spiteful little cunts.
All right, look forward to that. Good night, everybody. We're going to the end screen.
Right.